Welcome, my lovely dears, to a session with the kind of number that gets monumentally sapphic. It is session 69.
Nice.
We did it. We made it to the most important session number in the entire camp. It's not 100. You'd think it's 100. It's not. It's this one.
Nice.
Nice.
Poor Bob. Supremely unsapphic. But it's fine. Sapphic plus potato sack. Everything's great. When last we left off, okay, that's pretty good. Let's see here. The party regathered their forces, so to speak. And also found out that poor Tiara got a little bit hurt. She did some fucking Rambo shit to make sure that all of your belongings weren't stolen by Velthramar's raiders. And she did admirably, but it was still a pretty rough time, all things considered. At the same time, the party got to reconvene with Tristan in the mom zone. Their glorious fucking mansion.
Party got to
And it
finally
was
see the
great.
meat palanquin.
Yeah, you saw the meat
Sorry, the flesh
palanquin.
pelican, not the meat
Flesh,
pelican.
sorry.
yes, flesh. Very important differences here. Yep, after reconvening at the flesh palanquin, you also got to see Morgan in her all goody two-shoes state. Goth and spook.
Yep, she cute as fuck now.
Her flesh form. When first I discovered the weakness of flesh, I still found it hot. And she did. She indulged all as well. That is majoritively what you got up to, I believe.
Yeah. We met back
It's a short session.
Yeah.
and we stopped before venturing forth.
There was an important scrying that happened.
There was,
That is
yes.
true. Faunra, your family.
Someone who might be my dad.
It's probably your dad.
Probably my dad.
They had a portrait of someone who looked a lot like you and Rani, minus the ears.
Yes.
It probably looked exceedingly like you before you had your whole hair initiation.
Probably.
Well, no,
I
because
mean,
she would have been like a young adult, as opposed to that woman who was probably in her comfortable 30s.
Yeah, I mean still see a lot of the same before you got the big old ears.
True. And big old bunny wigglers.
So, hey, Tiara. So I feel so bad about leaving you.
I mean, it
Oh,
wasn't your choice.
No, but I still feel guilty because this was my thing. So I got you these. And she'll pull out some nice, lovely tea bags. These
Ooh.
pair well with honey.
I will sit in the quiet and probably drink like all of them.
Good, good. Some of these are from the jungle. I'm pretty familiar with them. Some of these I have not tried because they're from the Eastern Isles.
Just try a bunch. I can make some pots of tea.
That sounds fun.
Just sort of sleepily laid out across Faunra's side.
Poor baby.
Yep.
She's got
That's
3
true.
ranks of harm.
Yeah, she's in rough shape.
Yeah, it's gonna take half a month to get back into working order.
9 days.
9 days for the first rank of harm.
Forgetting if
And then 4 for the next.
I thought it was 9 days total. I'm always confused about this.
See,
It's
the
sequential.
reason you're confused is there's this weird math number here after the harm, and then that's where my brain shuts off. I don't know about yours, but
Well, that's just an exponent telling you that it takes that many days times itself.
Yes, it's 3 times
that's
3.
way more advanced math than I'm capable of.
It's just a basic exponent.
Yeah, like I said.
No, it's
But yeah, no,
It's
after
simple.
9 she'll be fine.
easy
Yes,
math.
9 and not
It's
14.
it's 9 and not 9 for 1.
Yeah, 9 days, a third of a month.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She got bullied so hard.
But I, killed a whole bunch of people.
You did a very good job.
Heck yeah. What's that athletics for? Oh, of course. You do one of those comedy cartoon flexes where your biceps go down instead.
You just kind of swing under your arm.
It's an admirable effort, Sir Bob. I don't get why you're trying to flex, but good on you for trying.
You're right, it's okay to be Noodle. I'm Noodle too. Tiara nods.
It just looks at them all. It's like, okay. And does the cartoon thing of, blowing on the thumb.
Oh yeah,
Goes
but
to
then you've got
6
like the pretend SpongeBob arms, and someone's gonna hit you and you're gonna pop.
No, no, that's the best part. That's what 16 Constitution is for. Just blows on the thumb and grows to 6.5 feet and jack.
Kieran
Yeah,
still
except
looks
that
down
everyone
on
That's
knows.
them.
not
Yeah,
real,
except
though.
you're still a weakling, so everyone knows those are a bunch of fruity gym muscles, and they don't do nothing.
I know, but they still look good.
Yeah, you can still look pretty great.
And I still have more hit points than, what's the name again? One of the boons.
You know, I have like
Ariel.
70 something.
No, then you're a level above me, so that would explain it. I have 68,
Yeah, I still have more HP than you right now, though.
but you also have a
Fucking
level.
dabbed on.
Yeah. Nice attempt with the flex, though. So, anyway. We regather our forces. With a journey yet to the remaining clue for where this last piece of the lance might well be a great big battlefield where it was supposedly shattered.
Though we know that's not quite accurate since we saw the shattering, but
Yep. These were one of 2 sites, though, when you were looking for the shattering of the lance, though, so it was one of them. You know this one isn't it, but you do know it's a relevant site.
yeah, it's probably got something there to do with it, at least.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, first of all, your journey. Let me see about revealing some map. Because I've got a polygon reveal, because of course I do.
Should we be on the map?
I'm just going to pull you over in a sec once I've polygon revealed.
Okay.
Do 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 do. And you can go over here. Unless you wanted to go south instead and spend a day in the marsh.
No, I think I'm good not spending more days in the marsh.
Okay.
It would be cool to go check out the burned corpse terrace, but yeah, no.
Do you mean the burned corpse terrace that's probably getting repopulated with Belthamar's army rebuilding it?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we're gonna be going up against another part of their army soon here.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm not like waiting until the end of a week to move them up into the Broken Barons fort.
We should pop down there right quick. Occupy that first.
But first, as you are traversing through a particularly densely forested part, or I suppose not forest, it's more woodland, interspersed between more open grassy plains, eyes and ears out ready for danger, you hear something. It sounds an awful lot like singing. Would anyone like to give me Arcana tests?
Yeah,
Sure.
absolutely.
All right, I'm not good at that in this game anymore.
It's okay. I'm all right.
Yep. Ariel, you recognize these as ritual style sing-songing and chanting. It's certainly a lot more casual than a forceful intonation. And with a 22, it sounds an awful lot more like a prequel than like the depths of a ritual. Probably some long-term one to be casted.
Okay. Do we want to check that out and see what's up?
Yeah, Kieran will poke ahead and try and hear something more specific. Wiggle the big Borko ears.
Yeah. Assume the Bune ears similarly spring up and swivel in the sounds of sing-song chanting until, as you travel through the woods, you come across a clearing. Let me just usually you over here and bring your maps down here.
Yes, what are you doing here?
What are
So,
you doing here, Tristan?
as you arrive in the clearing, you can see like a fucking 100 naked witches.
Oh my.
They are
Some of them are still wearing
cavorting.
hats.
Of course, they're still wearing their hats. They're witches. How would you know they were witches if they were naked but they weren't wearing their hats?
I don't like witches.
There are a couple of
Hey.
large centaurs that are sort of trotting casually at the front of a group, and they're checking on and feeding a bunch of horses and making sure that caravans that have been, by the look of it, freshly unpacked, or wagons and carts, are intact and nothing's about to go crawling out of them. When one of them notices you, she gasps and plucks up a big hammer and will trot up to you guys. What ho, knights?
Yes, hello.
I mean, what ho is it? Oh, hi. Pardon, sorry. Do you know someone here? She glances, looks over at Hallie, who's peering around. It's probably quite hard to see Tristan from where you are, if I'm honest. He's like surrounded by a gaggle of witches. If there's anyone you
No.
spot, it's probably Cassie.
Oh, yes, we do know someone here, but we had heard some degree of ritualistic singing in the woods and decided to see what was going on, as it were.
Oh, well, it's the witch meat.
I'm afraid I'm not familiar with it.
I
That's
can see
probably
there
because
is
you
a
didn't
lot of
have an
witch meat
invite.
on display here.
Ha! Yeah, someone else makes that joke like all the time. Yeah, that's because it's a secret, special, super meeting. But you already know someone here, so I guess you can come on in. Which one do you know? And she'll turn around and have a look.
We know the centaur over there, the one with the white hair. She's Cass.
Oh, okay then. Can you go check? And another Tor will nod and clippity cloppity through the group. She fetches Cass, who looks in your party's general direction and face palms. You could see her ears beginning to turn red.
Is Cass naked?
Cass is wearing a bra, but otherwise she has taken off the majority of her clothing. To answer your previous question about Tristy is currently like sat on a crate and he's in a bathrobe and he's drinking from a cup of coffee. He looks very haggard and tired, and he is surrounded by goth witches all doting on him all at once, while his mother looks on amused in conversation with someone else. She herself is gloriously nude and tattooed.
Yeah, I'm surprised she's not in like a big witch pile.
She's just talking on the outside, but it looks like she has sicked a whole bunch of companions onto poor Tristy, who looks a little bit out of his depth.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm surprised she's not on like a flesh paladin of these people.
She's behaving thus far.
Oh,
Okay, looks like you do know them. Come on in. There are
Okay.
rules for the witch meet, but they really only apply to witches. I don't think any of you are witches. Oh, you look like a witch. Hey, miss. And she'll wave at Taji. You smell kind of magic and stuff. You have to take off at
Very
least
nice.
one article of clothing. Most people opt for naked though,
I'll-
since the temperature
I'll
here is
strip
always
down.
awesome. The temperature
Yes.
here is
Everything
always
but my-
perfect. So
Yes, I suppose I don't count for a witch.
I gotta get a hat.
oh, there might be someone here with loner hats.
Not right now. I'll get my own.
To look the helly. You can. Don't put on a witch hat though, because you're not a witch. You don't want to confuse anyone. They might try and rely on you for something arcane and then get confused.
Why did leave on my pendant?
Yep, sure. You can leave a very fancy pendant. Yeah, come on in. Welcome to the witch meet.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you.
And yeah, Taji, as you enter, a pixie is going to sweep out from behind a tree and hold out a witch hat for you.
Okay, sure, cool.
There you go. Remember, that one's a loner. You
Yay.
have to give it back after the meet.
Thank you. I'll try to remember that.
And she will vanish away from whence we were. Castle, look over. Hi. I know this is really embarrassing after we just saw you off. Then our invitation arrived, or more correctly, Trist's mother's invitation arrived, and so she just swept us over here again. Part of me was kind of hoping you'd all sort of saunter past us, but I guess that was not how we were fated. Hi.
Yes. You look to be in good spirits, I suppose.
Well, it's interesting. I'm alive, which is wonderful. Tiara's gonna hang off of Faunra's shoulders, just drink in all of this cavorting nude woman flesh.
Suddenly a bunch more.
Yeah.
So what even? I mean, I suppose it's just a meetup for witches, but is there anything else beyond that? Or
Ah, I'm so glad that you asked. You will be tapped upon the shoulder by a blue-themed witch, judging by her dark blue makeup, dark blue witch hat, and the like the ruffled blue collar that we would associate with like the Final Fantasy blue mage, like very very fancy and coiffure-y, and although it's poofing up from between huge titties.
Yay.
And with a salacious smile, will offer unto you a pamphlet. Welcome to the Witches' Meet. This meeting of the witches happens in secret every 3 years. It is a chance to trade secrets and services, perform group rituals, and get just astoundingly sapphic. The meet lasts for a week. During the witches'
Here, the
meet,
first day.
this is day 1, yeah. Just got started.
Wow. Nice.
During the witches' meet, you may perform the following downtime actions for free. Training in Arcana, Nature, or Religion. Research Law, if the intelligence ability check you choose for Research Law would involve Arcana or Nature. You can carouse, as long as your questions are magic related. You may have magical artifice performed for you at cost. Even ones with excessively long production times, and we'll get to why that functions in a moment. And you can assemble adventurers, as long as you're willing to split the loot with these witches and they find it, interesting. There are following special actions. They can only be performed during this meet. You can perform one of them a day. You can frolic in a ritual, or be led in a ritual. There is a ritual for each day. Today's would be the Ritual of Growth. which will imbue seeds with enhanced life and virility that, when planted, will provide an enhanced and, in some cases, exotic harvest. Tomorrow will be the Ritual of Fertility. Those at the ritual's center will have their next conception blessed with potency. Many heroes have secretly been born of the fruits of this ritual. The Ritual of Spirits will allow those present to speak with their ancestors and ask the land itself for information. The Ritual of Death is a ward against undeath, or its purpose reportedly has become symbolic after the first Lich rose 3 blood moons hence from a Ritual of Death, quite a long time ago. However, the ritual must still be performed in order to complete every ritual, so it has been changed into a sapphic orgy, the Ritual of Little Deaths. The Ritual of Awakening allows the Awakening spell to be cast on a series of objects, and those that take part do not require sleep for their long rests for the next 7 days. So if you take part in any of these rituals, either frolicking or being led in them, you have that bonus as well. You don't need to sleep for a week. The Ritual of Freedom casts greater restoration on everyone involved and near the ritual. Those that take part have their speed doubled for a week. And the Ritual of Creation completes crafting and brewing time on all in-progress magical creations. This is a popular closer to the Witch's Meat, as it ensures business can be concluded quickly and safely, and the meat can disappear as suddenly as it was formed. At the same time, they have whole carts full of weird magical shit. We can get scrolls, potions, poisons, transformatives, drugs, alcohols, and they can also perform standard ritual casting.
That is quite the list of things.
Yep. Every one of you is given a pamphlet.
Oh man, this sounds fun.
Faunra is still somewhat suspicious. This sounds benevolent.
Well, yeah, it's benevolent. It used to be that we were here because of the witch persecutions back in yesteryear.
Faunra.
The word witch is... it's okay. You don't have to worry
Yeah.
about it. The word witch is synonymous with female spellcaster, but at the same time it's synonymous with old-style Eldway ritual talk, where one would fear the witch, hunt the witch, trust not the witch to live, etc., etc. Obviously, we've kind of rebranded that ever since witches became part of Nighthold culture, but, you know.
So, Scout, I have a
Gardner.
quick out-of-character question here real quick.
Shoot.
So, Lady Agriella burned up, like her soul burned up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Her
Okay.
body burned up because of the soul.
Okay. So, I need to formulate how I'm going to ask this in character for a second.
Sure.
So, the ritual of spirits, as it were, does that work on or work with someone that has completely gone? More so than even just a spirit form, that the spirit itself has been destroyed.
I'm sorry, wait, you want to perform the ritual of spirits on someone whose spirit is gone?
I'm asking if it can.
Probably not, but there's always a chance. There could be wisps of something, or there could be, like, someone else will come to answer if you're focusing on a different one, maybe one of their descendants.
Hmm.
The ritual of spirits is admittedly, she struggles for words. A little bit random, very, it's a mixed bag. You can't really be sure what you'll get.
I see then.
Hey, Faunra.
And she will pat you on the head. Well, go, frolic, enjoy. We'll be setting up, like, stalls and carts and stuff to make purchases soon, but we're just getting ready and, you know, singing the opening bars, such as it were.
Yes, thank you.
Tajana has a big grin on her face. Not quite as big as the Mimic Dungeon, but close.
Hey, Faunra.
Kina? Did Kina get up?
What a shame.
No, I'm here, sorry.
I'll miss him. Oh, there he
Okay,
is.
Bob's tugging on your sleeve.
Yes?
All right. I'm just literally poking an arm.
Hmm?
And said, like, I'm looking through the stuff, and these are like coexisting in druidic rituals.
Yes, they appear to be white witches.
One of the darker skin ones. Why the witch has got to be white, huh?
Waiting for that.
I mean, as you know, a witch isn't inherently evil. I mean, there are plenty of witches within the Hairhold itself.
Except for that one that, is in the jail and, cursed a whole lot of people.
That is an outlier, not the norm.
Hey, she's trying to be better.
Mm,
Oh, yeah, Trist, unfortunately you are a little bit stoned right now. In order to keep all of your symptoms on the down low, at least until the ritual of freedom comes by to give you a week of essentially like greater restoration and healing.
Nice.
So that you are going to be unfortunately rather stoned for like 4 straight days, so that you don't just throw up on a witch's feet.
I will ask this witch if this ritual of freedom would assist my squire in her recovery. She's been wounded fairly badly.
Oh, well, let me take a look here. That honestly, most of us are healers of at least some kind or another. If you'd like, we can do a proper checkup. My stall is already set up, so I'm free. And she will smile and tuck back her grey hair.
That would be appreciated.
Of course. And also, that is a wonderful looking arm. You must tell me how you got it. Come, you come as well. She'll just tug on your arm even as she gestures Tiara over to a larger tent. Obviously, there are like large tents and pavilions. I just didn't want to completely fill the map with them.
Yeah.
But yeah, she will escort you and Tiara to a pavilion off to the side and
Okay.
begin an inspection. She'll also call over a couple of others who seem interested. Let's see here. You and this lady from the deserts. We'll take a look. And they will perform an inspection and ask you interesting questions about your arm. At the same time, let's see here. 20d1 plus 8. 6. All right, with a 27, yeah, they can set some of Tiara's like sprains and bruises and fractures. Oh wow, you've been through the ringer, you poor little thing. And Tiara, who is now surrounded on all sides by like just tall titties, is just like, uh-huh. But they will set her up so that she's a little bit more comfortable. Yes, we can probably speed her healing along a little ways. Looks like she'd take quite a while to recover otherwise, but I assure you, by the time this meet is done, your squire will be right as rain.
That's good.
Agreed.
Yes, I'm sure. You'll have to endure your treatments here with
Oh no.
oh no. Just ruffle her hair.
And gives you lots of mwahs. Yep, Kiri's gone down to the buck as well. Yep. See, when you said that you were a bit disappointed that Kiri wouldn't get a chance to smash with Morgan, I was like, well, I'll just keep this under my hat until the reveal. My big witch's hat. But yeah, you guys have a week here to indulge in. Morgan will escort you and Jesse to a tent.
Ah, yeah.
And
have a
I don't
question.
even have to roll. You're welcome to roll to see if you impress her at all, but she just throws minimum 20s at people.
A
Ah.
question about these rituals. For the weekly, the each one each day, do you have to be led in the ritual to get the effect, or can you do frolic as well?
Frolicking will also work.
Okay.
And there is a chance whilst frolicking that you have that you will either add something to a ritual that is related or an effect will occur upon you. So last time in the Ritual of Growth, when a bunch of people took part, I think someone's apple turned into a dryad seed.
Hmm.
And in all sorts of instances like that, there's always a chance.
I can do both at the same time because I'd love to.
No, you have to be led or frolic.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you can't run around in the middle of a ritual circle and also stand on the outside of a circle.
That's fair.
Well, there are two I'm interested in particular.
Oh, do tell. She finishes wrapping Tiara's arm and placing a splint upon her.
The Ritual of Spirits. There's someone I want to know if they are, in fact, no longer living. And if so, I would like to speak with them.
Well, that would be the case to do so. Again, just a warning that the Ritual of Spirits is a mixed bag. There is no certainty about it.
That's fine. An unexpected opportunity.
She will smile warmly. Well, those that happen across the Witchmeat have often found it to be a little opportunity. We haven't held one for about 4 years. We were most surprised to see the Lady in Spirits turn up. She's on our guest list but hasn't attended for like 135 years.
You're welcome.
Yes, you're welcome.
Oh, yes, that's right. You must be companions of Inspirus' son, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. Indeed, we're all incredibly thankful for you because she brings the finest transformatives. She has a lot of Fey friends. Her
I
stall,
don't doubt it.
mwah, wonderful. Art craft.
That
Sorely missed
is
in past years.
good to know, I suppose.
So, just a question here. Since we're on a similar type of magic base,
What's up? The
since
chunky goth witch will smile at you. Oh, why aren't you a handsome young man?
yeah, it just looks down from 6.5 feet, roughly
Yep.
stuck at.
And she's like 5'5" and wide.
So's Tajana.
Yep.
See, I was granted a slight boon of transformative capabilities, and I'll be using them liberally.
I see.
The only downside is that it's just once a day.
Of course. Well, most boons do tend to come with some kind of downside to them, yes.
Yes. Now figuring out if we can actually add on to that.
Are you a natural shapeshifter? I don't know that you are, dear. That might be dangerous. How did you acquire
Well,
this gift? Is it a druid ritual?
no, it's a demonic boon.
Ooh, I mean, we do
Yeah,
have some
Bob.
demonologists here. My older sister, she will gesture at the lady right here, is a specialist in the matter, but enhancing a demonic boon, so far as I'm aware, could come with a slew of side effects.
Oh, what kind of?
Um, I'll make a test for her, and she'll get assistance from her younger sister. Do 20d1
And
plus. And so there's, like, in this coven there, yeah, I was going to say, there's always someone to throw a fucking guidance. You're welcome to be the one. With a 19. Let's see here. Depending on the degrees to which you are enhanced, so far as you identify, I believe it is as a human, you risk erring more on the side of tiefling should you make such a decision, but traditionally rendering yourself abyssal for all intents and purposes. There's nothing wrong with being a tiefling per se. I know that some number of our collected covens here, a couple of them are demonic in some nature or another, although they are under humanoid guises just for the simplicity's sake. But it would be worth warning you that if you have a demonic boon related directly to the changing of your shape, those odds seem significantly higher than in others.
Well,
Meanwhile,
that's
some
too
of us
bad.
were just born with mimic in our blood.
Yes, you are a strange
Indeed.
one.
Yeah.
Indeed. Well, that's too bad. That would have been good to be able to do it at least twice a day.
Perhaps we can give it a go. If you take part, I suppose, in the ritual of awakening.
It wouldn't require that much of an infusion.
Some kind of infusion, sorry?
Would it require some form of infusion then to be able to give it another go?
Well, you could simply frolic.
No, I mean, if I'm viewing it as a sort of charge in itself.
Oh,
Magic refreshes,
I don't know. That sounds almost too specific for what you're asking. I'm afraid I have no idea.
yeah, no, I wasn't asking about that. I was viewing it as that. I have a single charge every day, refreshes.
Right,
that.
right. I can't say for sure if it would become like 2 times a day. It could be more, it could be less. Or it could be a more significant change in how you're able to alter yourself.
Well, it's pretty significant as it is already, so that'd be impressive.
She shrugs. The nature of such rituals, as far as advancing a boon is concerned, is there's certainly a degree of randomness to it.
Hmm.
I mean, you could always just become a demon. Get up your character sheet.
That would be tremendously, horrendously unlikely. To go like just full demon. Probably a pick up an abyssal subtype is possible, but
You could work your way into becoming a tiefling. You know, just a little bit.
I mean, the succubus nature starts showing, etc.
Max lips together.
Are you sure you want the succubus nature to start showing? I mean, that could get you some chest beefers and all that.
Well, the altering
I
would
can already,
presumably not be an issue.
yeah, it's like I can literally be either or. So
She smiles softly. A little bit of a shame that you didn't choose, you know, powerful, buxom lady since you're taking part in the coven. But, you know.
well, I didn't because it was way before we even discovered this.
I see.
I can do it tomorrow, but my proclivities isn't actually into women.
Oh. Oh, unfortunately, there's not many men around. There's a centaur. He's a rather large, handsome lad, I suppose. And a couple of the witches here are men, although they've taken on alternative guises or are female presenting. And she'll gesture around the coven. There are at least certainly a few that appear to be, flat-chested male bodies walking around, although they've had appropriately fitting makeup applied.
Well, if you need professional extraction of essence, I'm really good at that.
Oh, I mean, that would be touching, and you're welcome to take part, of course. There are a number of rites and rituals that are greatly assisted by the addition of lips and frolicking. She will smile in a petite gothic way, pat you on the chest, and probably wander off back into the meat again. And now we open up some lists of things.
Yeah, big list of things.
So, everything that is common on this table is available for acquisition.
Okay.
Are you shitting me?
Everything then that is common, yes, is
Okay.
acquirable on that list, which should be everything in that initial
Ooh.
page.
Yeah, that would be the initial page, yeah.
I'm going to be rolling 6 uncommons, 5 rares, 4 very rares, and 3 legendaries.
Ooh.
What the hell's a thermal
I wonder if I
shield?
should get the Ritual Awakening cast on my sword.
You
That is
could do.
entirely possible, yeah.
Yeah.
That's holy shit! You could get an intelligent.
I mean, raw
Ooh.
awakening only
God.
works on animals and plants, but
Or my arm.
I
No,
I
don't
don't
do
know.
that.
You can't do that to your own, Lane.
What-
I guess it does count as part of me. So.
What would the Ritual Awakening work on Caliban?
It is an object.
I suppose technically it could. Yeah, Caliban's an object.
That could be intriguing.
Yes, Savin, it could work on your back shield.
95, 47, 10, 14, 38.
And I'm sure it could work. I'm just not sure if that's a good idea.
Well,
What?
you can.
Ooh. What if there's like some little like part of like Ariel still in the sword?
What if Caliban is Agrella?
Oh my god, one of these I rolled was the immovable rod. I'm just going to take the one that's below. In fact, you guys pick. Above or below?
Above. I don't know what it is. I'm not looking.
Yeah, go with above. I don't know.
Alright, Helm of Underwater Action.
Well, that's okay.
Well, that's very fucking apt for this bullshit.
You'll need to put a snorkel on.
No, it's a helm of underwater action. I know somebody else is gonna fucking want that shit. So hi again, Tide.
What?
Let's see.
Fucking sharks.
Shark fucking,
Underwater
yeah,
Yeah, but I mean-
it's underwater action.
I mean,
yeah.
we haven't
I don't think
seen
you're parties ever
Shahagans
met
at all,
Sahwajan, no.
or gone like anywhere near underwater type
Kiri.
things. We've
I
gone
mean,
across.
Kiri
and
would
gone-
love to tell you all about her Saujan husband.
That's
a handsome lad.
what I mean. It was a joke on the fact of fucking sharks underwater action.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Oh,
I guess
so
that makes
so close to a bag of holding, but no.
Oh well.
Okay, so there is, in the uncommons... in fact, I'm going to just make another handout with the items on it, just so that they could be referenced at any point.
Probably a good
That
idea.
sounds good.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Magic items for sale. All players.
Yo, Ruby of the War
Cool.
Mage is pretty legit.
Yeah, it is. It's a
Oh,
good
yeah.
item.
Clearly, Morgie can give us barrier tattoos.
Yeah.
Just yeah. I mean, get Jesse tatted up with barrier tattoos. Get her 18 AC.
Are all the witches here witches from the Chivalrics?
There are a couple from the deserts, but majoritively yes.
It's a
They probably
shame.
have their own kinds of meetings.
I see.
Some of us have attended multiple witch meets over the course of a century. Okay, so that's the uncommon. Sorry, you just have to copy paste. It's too much faff for me to go through each and every one and make them a hyperlink.
That's fine. Just guess
Okay,
what they are.
time for 4 rares. One, two, three, four. What? 29 twice? Jesus. All right.
Oh my god,
Yo,
Tristy.
Cassie needs to get that Arcane Grimoire.
Tristy, get the dragon touch focus. You'll have an advantage on initiative rolls, and you're a dragon.
Oh, they're there. Okay.
Let's see.
We love
2 pairs of
water.
boots of levitation.
I don't know.
That's neat.
What rarity is the Dragon Touched Focus? Uncommon?
Those ones are uncommon.
Hmm.
Boots of levitation times 2. What is this?
The balloon pack lets you levitate by putting a balloon on yourself.
Like
That
like
one
a
I made a
clown.
link. Whatever
funny.
this is. A chromatic rose. That sounds real edgy and cool.
Oh yeah, that gives you resistance against one element thing, and then you can deal more damage, and then that rose disappears. I know that because I looked it up at once.
And something called
Let's see.
Elven Chain. It is a +1 chain shirt. You are considered proficient with this even if you lack proficiency in medium. Sick.
That
Jeez.
is pretty fucking good.
Fortunately, it's still metal, so I don't think you can use that one, Bob.
Oh no, it's
Good
not
night,
that.
though.
It's, I was thinking of actual with Pepsi or Tajana.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Here is the potions list for all of the fucking potions. Rare. Alright, 3 very rares.
Hey, interesting. You got the rares became what's it called? The linkable, but the uncommons weren't.
That's
Yeah,
because I went to the trouble of doing those ones. Because I wasn't scrolling up and down through 100 results. Alright, what the fuck? I roll a d50 and get 4, 5, 6.
Wow.
Alright, fine. Let's see here. 1,
That's
2,
just
3,
impressive.
4, 5, 6. So it looks like Amethyst Lodestone, some +2 ammunition, and Amulet of the Black Skull.
Excuse you?
I don't know.
What is Amulet of the Black Skull?
Fucking idea.
That's 6 charges. Gets met dawn. You can spend one of the charges to teleport yourself to a location within 100 feet of you. Okay. If you aren't undead, you do have to make Constitution saves every time you use the amulet to teleport. And if you fail that, you
Man.
get a transformation,
Spicy.
such as the symbol of Akaratek being burned into your flesh, which makes it so that your hit points can't be restored by magic until you end that curse. You grow larger, as affected by enlarge reduce, except it lasts for an hour. Then smaller, the same thing as that one. You arrive at the destination wearing nothing but the amulet of the Black Skull. Everything else appears within a random unoccupied space within 100 feet of you.
Oops, all nudity.
So you're paralyzed for a minute, or until you end it by lesser restoration or similar magic.
Oop, that's just
Or you can become petrified, which can only be ended with a greater restoration spell or similar magic.
Thank God we're going to get a greater restoration here, in case that happens.
Just that would have been real good for Cass pre-vampire thing, or pre-unvampiring, because you don't have to make those con saves if you're an undead.
I'm assuming we'll go through that when everything's all set.
Yeah, she's still adding a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just asking.
Dang it!
There's no set price for anything.
Yep. I opened the link and it took me there from the page I was on. I meant to open that in a new tab,
Oopsie doodles.
not to reopen sheets.
Oh my, I would really like that amethyst lodestone.
What's the amethyst lodestone do?
It can let you fly, which means no enemy could ever get away from me.
Yo, the legendaries are disgusting. I don't see you ever getting your hands on them though. I don't see them parting with them, but you can look at them. They will show you them because they're amazing.
Those are very cool.
Damn it, this lodestone is very rare, not legendary.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I haven't pulled the legendaries on. I'm about to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
There you go.
Focus, gravity. That's pretty cool.
Could you show the
Reverse
sheet again? Because I closed out. Because I got closed out when I
How'd
put
your
there.
flail get here?
The flail, the dragon staff of Agaharan, and the flail
Agarian.
Agarian.
Agairon.
Okay. Let's see here. What do they do?
My flail's pretty good.
It's pretty cool.
Flail Tillamand. 5 dragon. Oh, you hit an attack roll using it. The target takes an extra 5d4. Jeez.
Well, that's why it's legendary.
Yep, as I say, you aren't going to be able. None of you can afford or get those, but you can see them. They will show you their cool legendaries.
I mean,
I
don't
feel
know.
like
we
the
have
fucking
we do
dragon
have
staff is just
34,000.
in Morgan's hands.
I mean, we do have 34,000 gold in Residium. I don't know. That's a lot of Residium.
It is
A lot of Residium. It's not enough for a legendary, though.
No.
I mean,
It's barely enough for a rare.
Let's see here. I always lose the magic item table. You've got it pinned, don't you, Savin?
You have advantage on saving throws.
I know.
Against breath weapons.
I haven't had a handout in my game. I don't know what you're doing.
Do I have a handout in mine? I might.
Oh, you only have Arcane Artifice for fucking consumables.
Okay.
That dragon staff is not the greatest thing.
I assume it's cooler in Waterdeep.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, in Waterdeep it's probably amazing.
Yeah, I mean, in Waterdeep it's amazing because they can get past the dragon ward thing and get them in there or out of it or something like
Whatever
that.
that is.
It's in Xanathar's, right?
What? What is?
Xanathar's guide to everything else is the one that's got the... Okay. Just gonna make this its own image, sure.
What color is the rose?
It'll get rolled.
Okay.
So if you are interested in it. But yeah, there you go. So you had an interest in the Dragon Touched Focus. Was that the one in Uncommons?
Yes, that's the uncommon one for now.
Okay. So it's between 101 and 500. Let's find out how powerful it is. Dragon Touched Focus.
Oh, I know what I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get a common magic item.
Function spellcasting focus for your spell. Stone.
I would also be interested in the amethyst lodestone. And how much that is.
That's gonna be from 5,000 to 50,000.
Yeah, because it lets you fucking fly.
I mean,
So
yeah.
it would be the uncommon grade version, the Slumbering Dragon Touched Focus, which would be 350 gold, which I'd say for advantage on initiative alone is pretty fucking solid.
Mm-hmm.
350 Arcane Grimoire. Arcane Grimoire. While you're holding this leather-bound book, you can use it spellcasting moves with wizard spells. Bonus spell attack, saving throws, DCs by the book's rarity, and it's the uncommon, so it is the +1. You can use it as a spell book. In addition, when you use Arcane Recovery, you get 1 extra spell slot level.
Ooh, that's really good. That
That's
additional
really
arcane.
cool.
Yeah, that's really good. That arcane recovery.
Pashas. I think I'm going to call that one a solid 500. That's like
Ooh.
top end of uncommon.
Yeah.
Does Cass have that much money? Because I don't think she
Good
has a magic
question.
arcane focus.
She does not, I don't think. Let's have a gander at you, Cass. Dear sweet Pone. Well, you aren't attuned to your horse blanket anymore, so that's an attunement slot freed up, which is good.
Alternatively, Cass could get boots of levitation. And make
She'd
it
need both pairs.
Both pairs.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, she can
That's
cast fly
unfortunate.
though. It's fine.
Yeah, she can already
The
cast.
problem is it's levitation. It just goes up.
Whee!
Yeah, levitation not actually that good.
No.
That's true.
Unless you're a very tiny corgi and somebody has a rope tied to you and is pulling you along.
I remember that shit. That was great.
All right. So,
It worked.
she does not have. She definitely has enough money. Yeah, she's gonna outright buy that if none of you want it.
Yeah, go for it.
All
I
right.
pull up on team and I don't use spell books anyway. Fine.
Arcane Grimoire.
I mean, I have a spell book, but I don't use it.
And we shall go with Global Magic Modifier 1, Spell Save DC 1. Cool. Excellent. She'll be very happy with her acquisition. Yeah, Cassie's got like a bunch of money because she's like basically never spent it. She's still got another 2,000 gold where that came from.
Good lord.
Yeah, she hasn't spent money all campaign, apart from like a scroll, I think, at one point.
I know that feeling somewhat. I've got like 2,700 GP.
I've got about 3,000 GP total burning a hole in my pocket.
Well, if it's burning a hole in your pocket, you can get some as well, like anything on commons, and you can.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Yeah, Cassie would be happy to contribute.
Oh, yay!
Of
I think
course.
I'm actually like 700 GP away from enough to rebuild the town.
Yeah, all right. She gives you 1,000 gold.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Just wings it at you.
Thank you,
She
my love.
smiles. I thought you'd never ask. I'll have to make sure to build a very cool tower there for a year.
Yes, it will be a very cool tower and very centaur accessible. Perhaps large enough
Oh,
for...
yeah, right. Centaur accessible. The city needs to be large-sized. She'll give you another 300.
Well, this is awkward.
There you
That's
go.
very rare one.
Anywhere between 5,000 and 50, depends what you're
Oh.
after.
I just want to see what the amethyst lodestone would cost for Kina, because
All right, amethyst lodestone. Let's see what grade. Very rare.
pretty good.
Light. A gravity thrust. Reverse gravity. It's probably like 40,000.
Yeah.
That is expensive.
Reverse
Uh,
gravity is a 7th level spell.
So there's a common magic item I want. Skow, how much for a shift weave thing?
Uh-huh. Ba, 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 ba. Let's find out. Shift weave. How strong is you?
It is just a thing that has like 5 outfits and you can just swap between them by speaking a command word.
50 gold. It's very cute.
Yeah. I think that'd be a very nice thing to have so I can just swap to like noble attire on the go if need be.
Heck yeah. They will ask you to present your 5 articles of clothing, and they will fold it into the spell for you.
Yeah, I can do so. I can have like a more casual outfit, the 2B sort of outfit look, and some a fancy dress for that type of thing.
Sure, as long as you got them with you. I have to craft it right here for the which will insist.
Right.
The suit is created with the outfits already applied.
Right. Hmm. I probably actually don't have a fancy dress on me. That probably wouldn't be something I'd take with me, is it?
Possibly not. That's up to you, though.
Yeah, I probably don't have that on me.
Like, you have sexy negligee.
I do.
You have noble attire.
Yeah,
You have
definitely have
travel
that.
wear. That's 3.
Yep.
I'm sure you've picked up some nice stuff at some point or another. I don't know. That's only 3 of them I can think of, though. If you have another 2 outfits, though, they'll make a shift weave for you.
Mm. I don't think I actually do have the other 2. Hmm. Shit. Well, that's unfortunate. I thought it
Well,
was like
maybe you can find in here somewhere
yeah, maybe.
some pretty clothing to add into the shift weave.
Yeah, maybe.
That's possible as well. You can just buy more clothes to put into it.
Yeah, I'll look around here and see if there's any better fancy clothes to do that as well. I only need 2 more outfits.
Yeah. Let's see here. They can as well, just like they have scrolls, potions, poisons, TFs, drugs, alcohols, and normal rituals. How much money does Tiara have? Will she buy anything cool? Tell you what, Jesse hasn't bought anything sweet. Jesse, how much money you got, girl? 2,800 gold, eh? That's pretty good.
How much was the lodestone?
I think it was like 40,000.
40,000 gold.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd have to be a pretty, like, it would have to be on the guffer end, or like that doesn't include a high level spellcast effect in it, very rare, in order for it to actually be around the 5,000 mark. There you go. In there, if you scroll down, I've quickly chucked in the rarities to cache.
Oh, good.
Oh, there's nothing else that has my interest then.
You don't want to get an arm blade.
I don't see an arm blade on here anywhere.
That's in
As the
common.
common magic items.
Yeah, all
Where's
all
that?
of the common magic items are there. Like I'm not putting those in the list because they're just
Oh.
all there.
Yeah,
Like
that's
the
why
magic items for sale section is specifically uncommon, rare, very rare, and legendary.
Oh,
They have
God.
all the commons, so you can
Yeah.
go fucking crazy.
That's why I'm getting like that shift leaf thing. It has like the 5 different outfits in it. I can just go
let me
boop,
pull up D&D Beyond.
just here.
Well,
hold on.
we got links here.
I've already
Just
given
use-
you. Here, I'll bung that
Yeah,
in for you again.
Okay.
There you go.
Hey, wizard, let's
Yep.
go.
Yep.
You posted like, okay, these are all the potions that exist. Potion of climbing and healing.
Yep.
That's it.
Potion of climbing and potion of healing are both in there. Yeah. No.
Yes,
Look, it's got tabs above it: common, uncommon, rare, very rare, etc.
Yes.
Right, but
but
what potions do they go up to?
Oh, they go up to very rare.
okay.
How much are common items? Oh, right. It's right. I'm sorry. It's
Yeah, 50 to 100.
somewhere.
Most of them are going to be 50, but there are certain ones that you'll be like, wow, how is that a common? And that'll be 100. And that's basically how that's just going to be split in simplicity's sake.
Like Ruby of the Mermaid. Candle of the Deep. What is that?
I'm going to ask, is there a price difference between one-time use
candle that
like
works underwater.
items like
No,
Is there any-
rarity is the only decider in general, but like I'm gonna probably, if it's a one-time use, on the side of cheaper.
Okay, no, I was thinking of potions and stuff like that.
You know what might be a good like little common item for us to get? A thermal cube.
That's already on my list here.
Yeah, I mean, on the Arcane Artifice, the top is where scroll potion levels, retail costs. They're all right there. They are separate
Okay.
to the other things.
Okay. Okie dokie.
Heward's handy spice pouch.
Yeah, there are a lot of really
Yeah,
cute
so
ones in there.
I mean, that's a good one.
Yeah,
Like you
it's
just
very nice.
say a spice name and it gives it to you for stuff.
No,
Yeah,
man,
then you have to-
Madeline would have
she
loved that.
shit. She would also have probably loved like all of these
She had that.
rituals.
Oh my god.
Madeline would have been all over these rituals.
I'm surprised. Yeah, I know. She. This is like so her jam. It's a shame she's not here.
Yeah, she's currently up north.
Here's a fun magic item: the Orb of Time. With the Valhalla Orb, you can use this action to determine whether it's morning, afternoon, evening, or nighttime.
Yay!
I mean, if you're in a cave.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in a cave, it's
Yeah.
okay.
Or, a dungeon, which we tend to fuck you to.
Yeah.
And here's another one. Clockwork Ambulance.
You know, it could be a good one for us to grab. The Key of Mystery. It has like a 5% chance to unlock anything.
And then it goes away.
Yeah, but unlocks anything.
Mm-hmm. I was looking at that.
Maybe
Candle
we
of
can
the Deep
unlock
is
that
cute. It's a
chastity
candle that
belt
works
of
underwater.
yours.
Oh, look, prosthetic limb.
Yeah.
Not as cool as
It
my
was the
one.
witch.
though.
Yeah, definitely not as cool as yours.
Yeah, not as cool as yours.
What's the name?
Hey.
I'm surprised TR doesn't want to buy the mystery key and it keeps, like poking Faunra's chest
A
with it.
witch?
No. Mystery key, the one that has a 5% chance to unlock anything. To just try to, unlock your hearts.
Uh,
It would be in character.
Let's go. What kind of TFs they got since you say there's a big old stall of them?
ones for size, gender, various colors, be it eyes, hair, or lips, extremities. The typical fun time gendery ones. And let's see here. Stuff like water breathing or reverse air breathing if you happen to be just like a fish full time, which is unlikely for any of you. It's in there though, just in case. Ones to turn various liquids that your body produces into various flavors and sauces, etc., etc. Like all of the dumb fun ones.
Anything permanent on the liquids one?
Yeah, you could get
Not,
like some kind of like syrups and flavored milks, etc.
not that they would do anything to you, Tiana.
I mean,
Yeah, transformatives don't work on you anymore, I'm pretty sure.
fair
Yeah.
enough. I gotta talk to
Because-
Alefriend about beer tits or something.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You can literally just do it yourself.
That's what I mean by
You
talk to
are-
Alefriend.
No, if you
Learn
want
those
beer
secrets.
from your tits, you can just do it.
Possibly.
You are a mimic now. A
I am.
multi-purpose mimic.
I don't know the limits of my powers yet.
Yep, a lot of that's probably
Oh.
just going to take practice and self
Yeah.
and self-testing. You
Self-exploration.
could well do so. Maybe you need to find like ingredients that would go into transformatives and just eat them all raw.
Again, I'll see
That's
what Sir
perfect.
Alefriend knows about beer tits.
It'd be
Sir
perfect.
Alefriend will confess that he is constructed of like quote unquote whatever outer denizens decides a mimic might be specialized in, and so Aelfriend picked
Huh.
a keg and thus became a keg.
Cool. Can he only do ale?
He only chose ale, yeah.
Okay.
Others could probably choose them, but he chose an ale keg, so an ale keg is what he was.
Fair enough.
Yeah, as you're saying that, Aelfriend is then keg standard.
That's awesome.
Woo!
Is it by Jesse again?
It's just by a bunch of fucking naked witches.
Yeah.
Yeah, Morgan will explain.
He's having a good
Honestly,
day.
though, we shouldn't. A family line that wide and varied becomes an incredible weakness as far as lineage affecting magic is concerned.
What kind of magic is that?
Oh, well, unfortunately, none of the nice ones. That would be curses, most likely, made to harm lineages, etc.
Oh,
It's, so the larger your family gets, the more targetable, I suppose, it becomes.
that's already probably a gigantic problem for us then.
Yes, although I believe that whatever big slice of celestial is riding around on your shoulders helps inure you to some of that, but the Inspirus and our natural mutability may very well undo such protections.
Well, what's protecting you then? Because it looks to me like you have a pretty big family.
A lot of contracts. A number of demons and fae, and at least one or two divines, but not many, honestly. They don't tend to get involved. And by divine, I don't mean, top level, like the Hornia seem to be gifted by, but lesser angelic or Davic beings. But I have a number of agreements with various fae to keep my family line inured against targeting lineage-based harm. They're still overcomable, but not as likely. By that point, we're just as weak as any other, just a normal, relatively large family would be. But I'd hate to create a great big chink in that armor, unfortunately.
I see. Well, that's a shame. Perhaps when Hagen reawakens and can truly bless our line, we can revisit the topic.
Of
Kierwyn
course.
will kind of glance towards Tristy, who looks about the same age as her, like middle or youngest daughter.
Huh, yeah.
I have found the best item. There's something called a bottle of boundless coffee.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
One. Jesse is going to buy
That's one of
those
them 100
immediately.
gold ones.
Yep, yeah, Jesse's buying that 100 gold. She slaps it down.
Only like 50 to 100. Probably.
It's 100. It's
Just-
amazing. Bottle of
Okay.
endless coffee. It's 100 gold. She slaps it down.
Okay.
Immediate purchase.
All right.
You know what would be
Ooh,
the
an
absolute
Everbright lantern.
fucking worst?
What would be worse?
I would say that the absolute worst thing that would come to happen is if you mix the Inspirus bloodline with a cat.
In what way? I'm sorry. I don't. Like, you mean just a cat? A normal cat?
No, Tajana.
Oh, with a mimic.
Uh-huh.
I don't. I think you just produce mimics. They wouldn't be in Spiri.
Well, she is blooded mimic and something. Just
Well,
imagine the most malleable bloodline with the most malleable of types. Be like,
I worry that she'd just start squeezing out puddles. I'd feel really bad about that.
warms. It's just a
Just a lick. You don't want your
that's-
children to be liquids. Come now.
Well, they start
We
off
don't
like
need
that.
to. We don't need to go into eugenics here, Bob. Let's be real.
It's a dangerous look. You would not be the first person to have considered us eugenically, King included.
No, I was just like I said. It'd be like that's what I said. It would be like the worst combination because
It would
it
be
would be
terrible.
like, yeah, it would be like just a blob that then started to form, sentience and then become whatever the fuck it wanted.
I love these common magic items. I just search through them. I really do.
Yeah, making a list of the things I want.
So Scout, how much for the stuff I put in chat there a few minutes back?
Oh goodness. I'm sorry I missed this list.
It's
Orb
not
of
really a
Time,
list.
Buttonhole.
Yeah.
Probably 30 Electrum each.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you're wearing that choker, your holes are always ready.
I am not wearing that choker.
Okay.
I
Just
decided.
saying.
Yeah, I decided not to.
All right.
Fair enough. Unique magical witch tramp stamps. There are probably a couple of witches here that look like they could provide such services. Should take a little bit of a look around. Give me any kind of charisma test you like. I'll give you advantage. If you're after something unique. Sweet. What are you looking for in the way of unique, says this behatted elfin figure.
I don't know. Just
Oh,
like um um I'm already behorsed, so I've already got that going for me.
okay.
I like
Would
that.
you like one that's fun for a partner to play with?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. Shio will sit down cross-legged and pull out a sketchy pad. Do you want it to look phallic or sapphic?
Hmm. What do you think, Tristy?
Huh? What?
He's very high.
You were asked whether the tramp stamp Hallie gets should be phallic or sapphic.
I
Perfect.
I would go for like cute little hearts or cow print or something.
Well, I can make it
Tiny,
look. I can make it look quite heart-like. Sure.
tiny kitten paws.
Let's see here. She will doodle for you a lurid cavorting association of adorable little hearts. Although if you to look particularly deeply into the hearts, it's kind of like a magic eye puzzle, and you can see that there are a bunch of runes being written into it. There you go, a come button.
Sold.
Adorable.
75 gold, please. And now, anytime
Alleyway.
your button is pressed, excellent things await.
My God. Right. Time to do math.
If you're looking out of your electrum pieces, that's 150 electrum.
Oh, is it Electrum?
150 electrum or 75 gold, either's fine.
Yeah, might as well zero down the Electrum. So, $1.50.
Magic Tower of turn on and off if it's an endowment that you've already got. Probably like 50. Where'd
That's
you
a
want
pretty
it?
fucking good deal.
I mean, you've already got the deck. And you have the spell ability to do it in the first place, so it's just an on-off switch, right?
Yeah, basically.
Just for the deck?
I don't
Yeah,
want to
50.
turn into an entire centaur, no.
Yeah, 50 is fine.
You sure you don't want to be an entire centaur?
That's complicated. That's like a lot of gold. We can do it. Actually, I believe some of your mother's transformatives could do that.
I still can't do centaurs.
Oh yeah, what is Morgan selling anyway?
Transformatives.
It's
Just
who I bought my stuff from.
She has brought the highest quality transformatives. They're like, we're really glad that she's back because she's not been here for like 135 years, and hers with the best quality transformatives. She can do some really cool amorphous shit. Like she can change races.
Oh, so she's the Walter White.
Yeah.
Probably
All of her potions are blue.
Are my potions blue that I bought? They probably
Of
are.
course they are.
Yep. That's what I thought.
awesome.
Yeah. Your mother's speciality is producing very high grade transformatives, including ones powerful enough to change someone's race template. Although those are obviously very expensive.
I shall take Tiara about and see if there's anything she wants
Right. Straight up
or
change
suggests.
race. Same.
Yeah. Again, hellaciously
What?
expensive, but it can be done.
Like, what sort of expenses are we talking about?
What do you think it costs for a well, to be fair, it depends what your origin race is. Humans, quite easy. I can make a human into anything, and that costs a couple thousand gold.
What race are you thinking about becoming, Bob?
A taller one?
That's
Savage.
just mean. Uh,
I apologize.
I apologize for nothing.
I say, you say as you're looking up at me.
I can't remember how 6'2" shares up with Faunra.
I think
Wait,
Farmer's pretty
did
tall.
you get bigger?
Six,
Yeah. Bob. For the start at the
He's
start of the
6'.
day, altered self to a 6'2".
That's
Yeah, but
cheating.
we all
No,
know that like
6
that's
and
not like real height.
I'm still taller than
Yeah,
you.
it is.
Still
6.5. I said.
I mean, I've been playing around
Oh,
with my height the
6.5.
entire
Okay,
time.
6'5".
I mean, but we all know
Yeah.
it's like inflated height.
Yeah.
You're
No, it's
basically
like-
just wearing
it's-
really tall boots.
The magical equivalent of those. Very impressive. But yeah.
Yeah. But this will actually stick as long as I want.
We all know you have the soul of a
best-
manlet, though.
Well, that might be true for you all.
Still not your natural height.
So, did you see my
That's not
questions,
your
Cal?
natural. Those aren't your natural ears.
I don't count my ears.
Yes, everyone knows we don't count ears for heights of hair
Height goes to the
heights.
top of your head.
Ears cheat. They add like a whole like half a foot or more.
A foot, half and more. Those things are pretty fucking huge, almost like your entire head.
Mm-hmm.
No, but since you said you could do anything, so what about dragon?
Dragon. Okay, so technically yes, but I don't have the reagents for that. I don't think anyone has the reagents for that. Unless we were to render
What
down an
would-
entire dragon.
What would be needed exactly?
Rendering down an entire dragon for parts.
Dragon reminds me. Trissy's gonna dig through the party loot real quick. Why the fuck do we have these? We'll pull out the 2 dragon-sized dragon dicks preserved in our loot.
From some kind of great beast.
Those were from a Beast of Darkness bounty that we killed, and then Jesse carved it up, and that was what was salvageable.
Do the witches want them for reagents?
Yeah, we could probably make use of a couple of gigantic magical decks. Sure.
B1, they did come from Beast of
Heh.
Darkness, if that matters for anything.
It matters for some things, but reagents are reagents in a
They-
lot of cases.
Yeah, there can also be substituted for some others for some other rituals, so both in these and druidic nature.
Indeed.
So-
Unfortunately, we don't have a going rate for purchasing darkness parts because, technically anything we produce with it would be contaminated.
Oh.
What do you
But
think?
we'll
you could
do
make
that
with
service
it?
for free. Well, obviously your mother could do transformatives, but we could probably make weaponizable aphrodisiacs.
I was worried for a second you would say weaponized dicks.
I mean, yes, we could make a dick bat, I suppose, if we were particularly in the mood for it. I don't think
Trainer.
anyone
Dick
here is.
Lance. Hey, Trace, Dick Lance. You thrust your lads.
Let's not, shall we?
I will never live using that down.
No, I don't
Literally
think so.
never.
Positively shafted.
Yeah.
Let's see here. We could perform magical rituals as well, as long as they are related to and pertaining to fertility. But we already have the reagents for that set aside for our own ritual that do not come from such beasts. But yes, if you have a use for them in particular you would like done, we can produce them. But yes, we don't buy or sell darkness parts for obvious reasons.
Of course.
They do have fancy dresses. They are all witch themed, however.
Would those be acceptable at like a ball or something or anything like that? However,
Fancy dress ball, sure.
that is fine.
Let's see here. Tiara stuff. Tiara. How much cash Tiara got?
Hey, Faunra.
Yeah, Tiara does not have any money herself.
I mean,
Faunra gets all of her money.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, if there's something she wants or suggests.
God, it's a lot for me to manage. Let's see here how she's
know.
looking as far as attunement slots are concerned.
She's got nothing. No attunement slots. I thought she should.
Yeah, she does have one. She's
she's
wearing a
got all of
dress.
them. Oh, the dress.
Yeah, the Black Silk of Healing.
Oh, right.
That's the one that keeps her from dying.
Right.
Oh, yeah, that's very helpful.
It is very helpful.
So she's got 2 slots still. None of her weapons are magic. But she's also using magic arrows, so she doesn't really mind. A masterwork bow and magic arrows is basically a magic bow.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is
anything even good for her?
Anything related? I mean, her skill set's incredible. Most of what she has is skill training.
Right, I was just looking at the magic items for sale and seeing if there's actually anything like useful for her.
There is
Anything?
the knockdown arrows.
Yeah, knockdown arrows are cool. Actually, they're not as good for a fighter because, she takes multiple shots. They're great for rogues because you knock someone down and then they're frustrated.
But do they get back up again?
Oh, they probably do, unless you killed them.
There, I put that hat of vermin as a link there for the spell or for the item.
Skow, magic kid toys, magic kid toys.
Magical kid toys, yeah, 50 gold apiece.
Okay.
I'll buy
Spend
some
one of
magic
its
kid
charges,
toys.
and I can summon a bat, a frog, or a rat from my hat.
Okay, sure. You can buy that. They'll take the loner hat back and they'll give you this witch's hat. Yeah, 50 gold.
Yeah,
Enjoy.
sounds great. I got a few other things I'll buy probably at the end of towards the end of the thing.
Tiara will nod sagely at Trest. Tammy is the maximum attuned possible, so nothing that.
Actually, can we do ascending here?
No.
Yeah. The witches will. You'll have to leave the clearing, but yes, you can find your way back here, I'm sure.
I was
don't
just
think it's
talking about
in-
that. Tammy has a thing.
But yeah,
She's
you can't
ascending
send to Tammy, unfortunately. She's protected.
I was going to do ascending to Ronnie and see if there's any.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a
There's
good
something.
point.
Oh, Ronnie, yeah. Yeah, bring Ronnie here.
Well, I mean, ask her if she.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Tiara would like a tiara. Her namesake. She thinks that would be cute.
Oh, it's adorable.
And also maybe a nice cloak for when she's not flying.
Okay.
I don't know, however, if there are any common items that fit into that, but you're welcome to have a gander on.
Cloak?
On her
We got
behalf.
2 cloaks.
Oh yeah, many fashions and billowing.
Yeah, would getting both at the same time still be a magic item or a common magic item at that point?
I mean, they have all the commons there, so yes, technically, if you wanted to buy both of them.
I meant one that is both a cloak of billowing and a cloak of many fashions. cloak of many fashions of billowing.
Yeah. One of the southern witches will sell Hallie and Tristy big trays of magical baklava.
Otherwise, I'll just get a cloak of many fashions.
Yeah, they're both 50 gold.
Okay, well, yep. I'll just get a cloak of many fashions then instead of a cloak of billowing.
Sure thing. Yeah, they can certainly do that. They could also just give you a potion.
No, it has to be optional. Like, not all the time.
It's
Well,
like a
sure, as
tattoo
in
of
they
on
could
off
give you
pick.
they could give you a temporary, but yes, if you'd like a permanent tattoo that allows you to on off a penis,
That
of
would be
course.
nice.
I believe your friend is currently doing tattoos for one of your companions, but she'll be free tomorrow, I'm sure.
Could you do also like just normal tattoos?
Yeah, of course.
I would
A
also
couple
like
of us are
just
just artists.
just some normal tattoos would be nice too.
Happy to do so. And yeah, they'll sit around like there are plenty of these witches are just since they're white witches, they would also be the people who know how to do tattoos in a village. Because other people who do tattoos probably get people like infected or sick. White
Hmm.
witch is edumacated.
Yeah.
So yeah, she'll sit down and do a nice tattoo. The magic tattooist will be free tomorrow. She's currently gonna have her hands full doing one for Tristy and one for Hallie.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a scroll of teleportation circle for emergencies.
Sounds smart. Yeah, they can
Hey,
produce that for
Faunra,
you. They'll have it done by the end of the week.
you could also get a selective potion of resistance here. Because you always get your ass beat by some other thing,
Cool.
like necrotic.
I mean, if they could harden my body against dark energies, that would be
Very, very expensive to do so permanently, but we have potions of resistance all over.
how expensive.
Let me see how much it costs to get a wondrous item that gives a resistance, and then it will probably be another level of rarity up from that. If it's in uncommon.
Pretty much just a brooch of negative shielding. Yeah, brooch of shielding. It's
Brooch
a
of Shielding is
uncommon.
in uncommon, so top end of rare. 5,000 gold.
Would anyone mind if I use some party residium to get this?
Go ahead.
What are you getting?
We actually have
A
normal
potion.
gold for once, but yeah.
Well, that's easier
You
to
do?
split apart from the party. There's just actual residium for.
I mean,
Getting
Residium is
a-
something we can't just get easily, but money is, so. But yeah, whatever. You can take money from the party loot, regardless.
Okay.
Yeah, what you getting?
A
Yeah.
potion of permanent necrotic resistance.
Jesus.
How much was that?
Yeah,
5,000.
Ooh.
It's quite a bit. But
Yeah, very
worth.
expensive, but a resistance to an energy is pretty fucking solid.
and that's
Feels in
she
character.
got that going. Yeah, and it goes and it's active even without her rage.
Yes. Okay. Kina, I need for you to roll me a 1d20.
Oh boy.
You lucky bugger. Alright, you have
Uh-oh.
ebony nipples.
Oh, what happened?
Ooh.
You drank a potion of like permanent necrotic
Yeah,
resistance.
you drank
Oh.
a potion that permanently changed you. So I was
Oh,
going
I
like,
see.
alright, so what changes about you? And 6 is like an extremity as opposed to that, and you don't have a permanent dangus.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I was
That would have been
thinking
annoying.
no black lips, like glossy
Yeah,
black
it could have been lips.
lips.
That was 10.
Oh, damn it. That would have been nice.
Well, you got
Look,
nipples
black
that
nips
like
are
my
cute as
bee
fuck.
then.
Heck yeah, especially since
Yeah.
you're so pale.
Ooh.
Shame.
Where the fuck's our loot number?
Or what number?
The fucking tab with our loot shit.
It's the third now or
Fourth one
fourth
down.
handout in the very top. It's not in a folder.
Oh, there it is.
Gonna be honest, I kind of want to get that necrotic resist potion too. Holy fuck! But
Especially
Oh,
since
yeah.
you lost your necrotic resistance.
yeah, I never had it. I just had
Oh
radiant
no, you didn't.
vulnerability.
Oh yeah, you almost got to necrotic resistance until you stopped getting your fix.
Till I stopped sucking on a vampire. Yeah,
Yeah, $5,000 for that.
I will think
We
about
have
it.
one for necrotic and we have one for psychic.
Hope you don't go completely black skin from it. That'd be a little bit weird, wouldn't it?
Wow, Ariel,
Oh,
what the
what?
fuck?
Yeah, what the hell, Ariel?
See? See?
No, it'd be
See?
weird because you'd be
Yeah.
turning black from it. I meant black
How
as
is
in the
being
color.
black weird, Ariel? What the fuck?
I meant black as in the color like my hair.
Some
no,
people are
yes,
just
to be
black,
fair,
Ariel.
Miss Jones from
Goddamn, what's wrong
TPS.
with you?
To be fair to her,
Yeah.
the entirety of Tristan going the same color as Ariel's hair would be unsettling.
That,
Yeah, you
that
could
just
just fix that. It's fine.
that just reminds me of.
I could fix that, yes.
That just reminds me of fucking. What is it? When the kitten was explaining to the emperor that the salamanders are he's like, yeah, well, everyone's afraid of them because they're black, and it's just like, what the actual fuck? Let's see what you look like. Wait, and then like tears off his armor. Wait, you're black. It's like, what? No, I'm not. And then had to explain to the emperor that the salamanders aren't like, you know,
Brown. They are
Yeah.
like coal.
They are like coal black.
they're
Or oil.
they're Vanta black basically.
Okay,
The
I will
Emperor's
say
like, when
this.
did that
And they
happen?
also have like the burning red eyes, which is also
Yeah.
very freaky.
Yeah, I will say this, that the salamanders are as black as Sudanese people. I am not joking, that's an actual thing. Sudanese people on Earth, this world, is literally the blackest thing on the fucking Earth. Like, you monochrome shift them in a picture, there's no difference.
Oh yeah, I've seen pictures of that one. Like I've seen pictures. Oh yeah, like that one guy.
Malika Garif, for example.
That was
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you mean the one that
levels
looks like a Finnish president in blackface?
Right. Anyways.
anyways.
Let's get off that tangent, shall we?
Yes. Going down the whole list. Sorry, a whole bunch of things at a time. The witch will say, yeah, she can produce some doorknob because they have some jewelry already. It's a lot easier if you have jewelry that they can enchant instead. It's a crafting, and they'll have them all done by the end of the week.
Yeah, Hallie doesn't have any, but what kind of magic effects does she have on offer?
Anything in the magic common items. If there is a jewelry, then that can be a piercing.
Magic of common item.
Yep. There are almost certainly some jewelries in there, and they can be made into piercings.
Let's see here. Since a lot of this is just people still deciding on buying stuff. How many days of there's like what, 7 days of rituals or something like that?
Yeah.
I suppose I'd like to try and be led in the ritual of fertility and the ritual of spirits.
Yeah,
Sounds
same.
good.
There when it's time, I assume, but
I suppose maybe the ritual of awakening as well. See if that does anything for Caliban.
Yeah, basically the same. Awaken my sword. Do I even want to do that? I'm actually not sure.
At some point, probably during the twilight hours of the first day, they'll begin the ritual of growth.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'm
think I'll
looking-
probably be led in all of the rituals, honestly, just because I really want to be a part of this.
Sure.
Oh shit, where the fuck's the ritual? Ah, witch's meat, there we go.
suppose for the other rituals, I'll just frolic about, except for the ritual of death, because I have a feeling
You don't want to join in the orgy?
my partner would be not quite so happy if I just did that.
Yep, 50
What?
GP for common, unless you look at it and go, why is that a common? Then it's 100. That's the general rule.
Okay, so if you frolic in a ritual, you get a 10% chance to get a
Beneficial
permanent.
magical effects. Some might be
It's not
permanent,
permanent.
some might be permanent. They're very rare. Obviously, I've got a fancy table for things. A lot of them will be temporary.
Yeah, so I guess
Okay.
Like maybe they'll give you temporary bardics that you can hang on to until they're spent, or
so
some kind of healing, or like a day of haste, like really anything. There are a whole bunch of beneficial effects that you could just get from soaking up a bunch of ambient magic being done by 100 naked witches.
I guess I'm only rolling 2d10s in, since I don't need to participate in the ritual of death or the ritual of creation. I'll just frolic about for those.
Yeah.
I mean, like that's the thing, right? Like Ariel's
Yeah.
wife probably wouldn't be happy with her doing the ritual of death thing.
Hard to say. They probably have some very like saucy sisterhood things that they do at the monastery occasionally, not like a whole lot of them. Um it's for reward against undeath. Yeah, probably she's fine with it as long as you don't get like full penetrated. Then she might be like, "Oh, come on."
I'll still pass on it just in case then.
Okay.
So, d10s then for beneficial, and then go throughout the stuff for effects. Yay, nay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
And sorry, I was thinking about what what Cass's favorite animal is. She likes ravens.
Fucking
Alright.
nerd ass goth. Alright.
I
She is a
guess.
nerd ass. Look, Corvidae are very, very smart.
Just like
They
you.
are.
Oh, I guess it'd be 3d10, so I'm not just frolic for the ritual of growth as well, wouldn't it? Yeah. 1d10. Oop.
And yeah, it would be a 10 on a d10 if you're going to frolic to see if you soak anything up. So, the ritual of growth on the first evening. Who is frolicking, who is being led, and who is sitting out?
I'm
is this
being
one?
led.
The
This
The
ritual of
ritual of
growth.
growth.
Is there any reason not to participate in these rituals?
You
You
could get
might
beneficial
not.
magical effects from frolicking.
Yeah, I mean, like the events of the ritual might not be to your tastes. In the case of death, certainly. Um, or you might be worried about being transformed in some way. It's a distinct possibility, but for the most part, there's no reason why you wouldn't want to.
Okay.
All right, so one ritual at a time, please, because this is a 7-day event, so your characters could get up to other shit across the course of each day.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we'll keep those in mind. So yes, for growth, so we've got a 6 for Ariel, 7 for Bob,
What do I need to roll?
D10, and on it if you're frolicking, on a 10 you are potentially going to get an effect. Uh, Tiara, pass. Cass is going to take part in it as opposed to frolic, and Morgan's going to take part in it. But Tiara will frolic. Nope, no special effects for Tiara. Has anyone who wanted to roll not done so yet?
I'm good. I'm participating. I'm I'm being led in all of them, so.
Okay. Does Kiri want in? She's here as well.
I mean,
Oh yeah, Jesse wants in.
yeah, she'll be led in the ritual too. Might as well bring some nice seeds home.
Okay. Jesse was closest with the frolics, but no effect. All right. So the ritual of growth passes. Let's see here. So everyone who led, give me a d20.
All right.
Oh boy. And Tristy was eaten by a grue.
Okay. Let's see. No one got a 20. No. All right then. So. Sweet. Uh, Taji gets pineapples.
Wonderful.
Let's see. Plums. All right. Trist, you got enhanced wheat. Taji gets pineapples. Kiri gets plums. Cassie and Morgie get apple seeds.
How
Enhanced
incredibly
wheat's really-
appropriate.
Yeah, it's very good for you, actually. That's a great thing for your town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all enhanced. Like Taji, pineapples will grow as though naturally wherever you plant these. Same for Kiri,
Wonderful.
even in the freezy colds.
Oh, pineapples are one that's really that gets really weedy. They grow out of control.
What?
Yep, you'll have to be careful with them.
Also, the fruit that tries to eat you, if I remember correctly.
Yes, they have a flesh dissolving ability.
Mm-hmm.
If you eat it raw.
Delicious though. Be careful. Luckily, Taji would be the one to know how to take care of a fucking pineapple.
Mm.
Chucky door knocky.
Yeah. Pineapples and mints are pretty good at just spreading.
Yep. Fucking mint. Mint is evil. Just, I'm gonna grow some basil and some tarragon and some mint. Nope, looks like I just grew mint.
That's why you grow that shit in pots.
Yep. Let's see here. So yeah, that was everyone who took part in the ritual of growth. Various witches will similarly place down seeds that get an enhanced harvest. At least one of them will very proudly hold aloft a dryad seed. Hey Bob, you're an archdruid. One of them's gonna climb over to you.
Yes.
So Bob, would you be willing to plant this little fledgling? I don't have a home for her.
I will be most honored. The Executioner's Girl will be happy to nurture this dryad.
Excellent. And yeah, if you would like to add to your inventory to plant later, it is a
2?
No,
just the one,
2 plant later.
as in to plant
Oh.
later.
Oh, yeah, I
T-
heard
oh.
like 2 plants. It's like, yeah, I just, my brain just translated that to 2 plants.
Okay. It is an autumn dryad if you would like to add them to your character sheet. You have an autumn dryad seed.
Guess who's getting planted in an autumn? Oh,
Yep.
It might be by the time we get there.
Let's see here.
No,
And so,
it's spring now, isn't it?
it is July. It's summer. It's late July.
Oh, it's Oh shit.
Yeah, it's spring in
Actually,
Savin. It's
very
July here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. We're actually closing in on autumn. Nice.
What happened to 3 and 4? Yeah.
Okay. No,
Classic
that's a
Gura moment,
different
yeah.
thing, though. To plant versus
No, it's
1
still
through 4.
confusing the word
1 through-
two with the word two.
Yes. Unlike her, though, I can do math a lot better. And
That is
English
very true.
is my fucking fourth language. And her first. Well,
Hey, Scow.
Yeah, and it
Gi-
is July 25th.
Given that I'm a fertility priestess, would it be better for Hallie to frolic in the fertility ritual or be led?
It is entirely your choice. For the most part, these are arcane rituals. But honestly, you could do either. They would be happy to have you take part, and they would be happy to have you frolic.
All right. So what's the difference between frolic and being led? Real quick.
If you are being led in this ritual, then you will have a blessed conception, and if you're frolicking, you will soak up ambient magic.
I'll be led then.
Okay,
Before the second
but yeah,
ritual,
before that, so everyone give me but a brief moment to sip my drink, rest my voice.
yeah, I was gonna say like, I'm gonna try and take Faunra to the side, like during the night to do a little private chat.
Sure.
Sure.
So Faunra,
Hmm?
you've heard Tristan and his mother's plans back at the tower at the mansion, yes? How they wish to make their way to the king and possibly dethrone him and the like.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you stand on all this? As you might guess, I am, like many of our knights, like many knights, are oathbound to protect him.
Indeed.
And such talk from them to do harm to him is contrary to our oaths, and despite the reasoning behind it,
They have their misgivings, but they don't have all the answers.
no, none of us do.
I am oathbound. I take my oaths very seriously.
I know you do. That's why I'm talking with you about this, and not them. Not yet, at least. If a clash were to happen, I count you by my side to try and stop them.
Ariel, I am honor bound to defend this land and its lord, as are all the other knights. If something were to threaten Kingseat and the Eternal King, I would go to their defense.
Even if it were to be our friend.
What is the point of taking an oath if you break it?
She'll nod. Good. Good then. I am full glad to know that my confidence in you was not misplaced.
That being said, I would want to dissuade them from any such rash behavior.
Of course. As would I. I'd rather not have to come to blows to him over it. But if need be, I am full glad to know that I would not be alone in the matter. Full thankful am I that you are ever by our side here, Faunra.
Thank you.
Alright, well, let's get back to the camp before people start wondering where we've gone off to, I suppose.
Sure. You just noticed that Prish is here, yes.
There are so many witches.
There are a
Many
lot of
witches.
witches.
I think Tristy needs to talk to Cass too before Ritual 2 gets started.
Yeah, certainly. There's like a fresh morning and breakfast. People take off their fluffy capes as the temperature rises once more to comfort. And the answer to that, Hallie, is like 3. A relatively stable number. Wooed by your bimbo mo. But they all have like it's that holiday frat thing of like they all still have like lives and to go back to once this meet is done.
I have a question for the DM.
Sure.
Potion of longevity
Hmm.
reduces the physical age of the
Right.
body, correct?
No, do
Yeah.
not become
Doesn't mean
actually a Shota, Bob.
Does that actually revert the body to a younger state, like removing
No,
like
it's not like
development scars?
no, it's not going to undo injuries or any of that. Like at most, like the gray that might be in your hair would disappear, wrinkles would lessen, but like say you got injured, it's not a time travel potion, and you don't like it's not a regeneration either. Like you're still going to be marked and scarred and harmed in various ways. That's inevitable, but longevity does make you technically younger.
Okay, he was just gonna make sure on that point. It doesn't actually revert the body to a previous state, just rejuvenates the body to a younger age.
Yeah.
Correct? That's what I wanted to ask specifically about that one. And then ask the witches if they are capable, if they would be capable of producing a potion of sort of regenerate.
They could produce a potion of regenerate, yeah.
How much?
Again, there is
You have the list, you have the potion rarity for it. That's how much it costs.
Yeah, it's not there though.
What is a potion of regeneration's rarity?
No, if they can make it, that it doesn't exist in 5e. It exists in every other iteration, not 5e.
It's a regenerate is a 7th level spell.
So
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, Potion of Regeneration has existed in every other iteration of Dungeons and Dragons,
So
except
wait,
5th
you
edition.
just want a potion that has the effect of the regeneration spell.
Yes.
You can't do
Okay.
that because it's above level 5. It's past legendary.
Right. You would. So again, that A that's not true, Hedra, and B, the way it works in 5e is you get scrolls of potion or scrolls of spells, not potions, but it's the same net effect.
I mean, to
But
be
it's sort of
fair,
harder to drink a scroll.
to be fair, in fucking Borks 1, Jeanette made 2 potions of regeneration, but that was because it was used off of a really powerful great beast that had the regenerate property.
By the way, I don't think the witches can make you potions regenerate.
If they aren't on the potions list, unfortunately not.
Okay, so they don't have any ability to, say, like just a specific part that has been damaged
Could make
to
prosthetics.
regrow that.
Depends, I suppose, what it is.
Spine?
A spine. No, that's incredibly complicated. I'm afraid not.
Oh, wait. No, wait, not spine. Legs! Just regrowing legs.
Again, we can do prosthetics.
How good are they? Like, what sort of. Like, there's a difference between prosthetics and prosthetics. Just,
Right.
Will Smith's Faunra arm there.
As human-like, yeah. We could probably do more complicated ones, but that's, yeah, we can produce prosthetics. They're common, or common enough.
Yeah, that's. Okay, then that sounds like. Yeah, I was thinking just prosthetic limb there.
Yeah, how much for paraprosthetic legs? Is that 100 GP?
Yeah, 100 a pop.
100 a pop. Okay.
So you take one leg, I take the other, or what? Just take both?
Gonna wishbone
Sure.
someone? How terrifying.
Sure, if you want to foot the cost of one leg, I'll foot the cost of the other.
Yeah. Sure.
Oh, chat brings up a good
There you go.
point. If we ever get the ability to cast regeneration, we should cast it on Sir Derek.
Fixie
Fix his
claws.
pick and beak.
First
Yeah.
Derek.
Yeah.
Beak and claw.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, you could
Oh,
just
there
get
was-
you could get prosthetic claws.
Hmm.
Their limbs.
Actually, I mean,
Yeah,
he's
but he
here.
can't.
Can any of the witches just cast regenerate? Mom.
Is that in more?
Oh, yeah.
Let's have a look here.
Let's see. Is that on the wizard
No,
spell list, or is
that's
that a
a
cleric?
Yeah, I don't
druid.
know.
No, it's probably on the cleric spell list, if anything.
Let's find out.
Yeah.
Spells
Cleric or
regenerate.
druid?
Cleric or
All right,
a bard
Bob.
cleric or
Get
druid.
more XP.
Yeah, 7th level transmutation. Well, here's the thing. You are at a incredibly magical place. Let's see here. During the Ritual of Freedom, if you rip 70 gold's worth of Residium, I will let you cast Regenerate.
Okay, I can take it. I can do it.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you frolic during the Ritual of Freedom, so you're soaking up ambient magic, and then bump a fucking fat line of blue lightning, I will let you cast Regenerate.
How much
Here I
damage
was
does
thinking
that
of asking a
do
favor
to
of my
you?
god.
It will cost you 70 health, I believe, afterwards.
You can survive that.
Yeah, I have 68, but since I always have my totem up,
Exactly.
blarf. I have 81 with my totem, so
Oh no, it's definitely. I don't think it's going to work on your temporary hit points, unfortunately. But you can be death warded at least.
That's
Fine,
fine.
we
Howie
just
can
healing
prep
word
that.
you back up.
There's also true.
yeah,
It won't outright kill you.
yeah, it just I could do it. So without.
It'll hurt like shit, but you can do it.
Oh yeah, it's not the first fucking time I almost blow my fucking brains out of this shit.
I think wasn't it Bebop's first time doing that? Or has he done it before?
No, I have. Do you remember down when we were with that yay monster when I tried to do an empowered blight?
Oh, right.
Yeah, that was blarf moment.
I just glanced into general and saw that Snippy's gotten a fucking aneurysm from
Yes, that's.
Remy's inability to compute.
I know it was pretty much the same thing with me, and that doing it with Bob/Rob when he was trying to fix his computer. Be like, that was some fun couple of half a day.
Yep.
The worst part is that if I'd been there on site, it'd be like, well, this is about a 45-minute job at worst. Yeah, if I had been able to do it myself.
So does Jessie get any magic tattoos from?
She doesn't have room for them. She's covered. She'd have to get them on her face, and it's the only part of her body that isn't tattooed.
Wait, what about between the cheeks?
She is tattooed everywhere. Jessie is maximum
Even
tattooed.
like even just right outside of the fucking brown eye.
Yeah. Her
Oh,
whole body is like erotic swirls.
That is actually, not gonna lie, that is pretty fucking impressive.
Oh yeah, no, she is incredible, and they glow whenever she does Azuma Scourge as well. Like she's fantastic.
She has a
That's
shiny
also why I
asshole,
can
it's
like
great.
never get art of her undressed, just because no artist will want to do that for an entire all of the body.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I like I said, Morgie probably would.
True. Yay, Ariel's got a sheath. How nice. Alright, so anyway, next up, unless anyone gets anything done during the second day as well, like you can spend the next 6 days also doing downtime actions.
Yeah, I'm trying
Oh,
to
yeah.
figure out the potion costs and stuff like that.
Oh, does either frolicking or participating in rituals not count for downtime actions?
The ritual's like 10 minutes in a day or an hour at most, depending on which ritual.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah, you can do those. Obviously, the first day you guys spent the entire time like making purchases and talking to people, etc.
Yeah.
Faunra, Rani sends back to you if they have any magical glasses or delicious snackies.
Okay, I'll go looking for that. Magic glasses. Spectacles.
E.
Or get something made.
She'll want some magical spectaculars and or some fun, tasty things.
Okay. I'll ask around for stuff like that then.
Or what could we get made? This is also the time to use that the dust of the first slain vampire in a magic item, because it'll be done by the 7th.
Yeah, that's just true as well. If you want to start trying to construct something you know is actually like a long term and incredibly complicated, you can cheat.
Yeah, that would be like the heart of heroism. What was the fucking name again?
Oh yeah, the heart.
Not,
Make a new
not
heart.
the,
It's a shame we don't have the
Yeah.
actual thing. However, we do have the God's Last Heartbeat, so
Oh, I had an idea. So Scout,
Hmm.
Morgan's the like purveyor, like the big time purveyor of like TS and all that, and like the race changing thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I, over the course of my downtime, try and learn more about that race changing thing, since we have that Telir blood and we're trying to figure out how to incorporate that with the Hair Knights?
Sure, if you would like to do some research lore arcana.
Yeah, that feels like it. Or research, or would that be like research lore?
You know, if
Like alchemist supplies. 'Cause that seems more appropriate.
Still arcana for education, I'm afraid.
Okay. Could I have advantage though because of who I'm doing
Yeah,
it with?
that's yeah.
Awesome.
She is the queen of this particular source of lore.
Morgan, yeah.
Awesome. Let's see here. Each 3 days, I think. Aren't they?
I guess it
Let's
would be
find
too much to impose upon her to ask her if she could visit the Hair Knights.
Yeah. Yeah. I probably.
Tell you what, once Velthramar's been destroyed and the Eternal King has stepped down from his seat, either by force or otherwise, for being a dickhole and stealing my daughter, yeah, absolutely. I'll happily visit every head Nighthold and do whatever they want.
Ooh, could we get someone to uncorrupt this corrupted rust bag of tricks?
Yeah, we figure that.
Sure. This would be the place to do it. They can perform some kind of cleansing.
Oh yeah.
Sounds good.
Look at you, Crichton.
What a good bunny.
Okay. From what Morgan was able to determine, as opposed to trying to change your transformation because it's incredibly complicated, why not make the person, the subject, more mutable and then give them this follow-up weird potion? There's nothing
Alright.
technically wrong with the potion, it's just the fact of the matter is that there's just always a percentage of chance of death attached to this potion. She could help you derive one that makes someone temporarily more mutable. But then that would, like, cut the death chances in half at least.
Okay.
Everyone just looks like a
So
fucking mimic.
Right.
so we shouldn't like just go full Telir is what you're trying to tell me here.
Yeah, that's probably like the step of generations, unfortunately. That and I don't want to put more races in the world. I refuse. But yes, at least as far as a starting point is concerned, and maybe for the indeterminable future where there might yet be other boon, she can put together some kind of tailored transformative that will make it easy to take. But yeah, also I do technically already have shifters, to be fair. Like half yeens, it's just a shifter.
oh, woo.
Most half insert here, just shifter.
Okay.
So how much would it be to uncorrupt this rust bag of tricks?
Uh,
It's an uncommon item.
the item itself is uncommon, but probably like 30 gold. They'll happily chuck it in the pile while they're doing magic shit.
That sounds good.
The door knockers, you said it would take 6 days, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Done.
You're welcome, dear. Let's see here. Triss, do you actually want to give this fabrication a go?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. So, they need to create 1,000 gold diamond heart.
Okay.
I can help
Yeesh.
fund that if
Since
Yeah,
this is an Armalite, I think all the parts for this are just going to come out of party loot.
yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah,
you have
yeah,
party
that sounds
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
that sounds good.
All right.
So what? So we're using like what, the 1,000 GP for a heart, and then the God's last heart being what else?
Let's see here. A shit ton of Residium.
How much is a shit ton?
Let's see here. 20,000.
I mean, it's worth it to make an arm of light.
Worth it.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Let's do it.
And we need to replace the armor light that is, just gone.
Yep. Okay.
The
Cha-ching.
the fucking the Armalite that was made of fucking evil.
Yep.
Now
Listen,
we're just gonna
demons
make it
aren't
out of
in-
Residium.
Listen, demons aren't inherently known to be either evil or good. It's
Right,
just
no,
that they're
No,
demons.
it was made out of
evil because
torture. Yeah.
Yeah, it's made of torture.
The evil didn't come from the demon; it came from the shit bag that made it. So yeah, instead we will have a coven of white witches come and put it together.
Yes, there is a coven of white witches coming.
Well, yes.
Let's see here.
As long as they're not a coven of white bitches.
I mean, it's kind of pasty up in here if you take a look around.
Yes. Yeah, unfortunately, you're in the
girls.
you're in the
Oh, no.
Chivalrex.
No little girls, please.
No, the white bitches, the werewolves are 2 rows down the road there to the left.
What?
Oh. Okay, so they will certainly help you. Let's see here. As opposed to starting right now, would you like to try and hang around in ambient magic and for the chance to give yourself a higher roll on it later? As long as it's not on the last day, you can
Sure. I mean,
start
we'll
the fabrication at any time.
probably start on, I guess, the Ritual of Death Day, so that
Okay.
because that's one Trist is not participating in.
Okie doke. Okay, so fertility.
I still have
Yeah.
to have that talk with Cass.
Yay!
Oh, of course, yes. You'll talk with Cass. Go right ahead.
So, Cass, this ritual tonight.
Uh
I know it's kind of out of the blue, but I mean, these witches don't meet once every few years, they say. Kind of a rare opportunity to have both
I
parents
see.
around. Even
Why, Tristan, are you asking if you can put children inside me?
more or less, yes, I suppose I am.
Well, I have been a mother before, and it certainly is a wonderful experience.
And you've certainly proven you can raise excellent kids. I know from experience.
Oh, well, I wasn't there for most of them,
Oh.
unfortunately.
Still, they spoke very fondly of you.
Oh, goodness, I'm surprised they remembered me at all.
Oh, they most certainly do. But, yeah, what do you say?
Well, if you think you're up for it. Personally, I would have wanted to wait until Valframar is dead and done, though. The idea of being pregnant while going to face history's greatest monster is not the most I don't know, doesn't seem especially wise. I don't want to be there on the outside, waiting pregnant and hoping that you will come back alive.
Well, true, but the way things are going, I don't know if we'll necessarily be facing down the Dark Lord inside a year. Barely gotten half the arms.
You're about to create another one now, and Tammy's out looking for some, I believe.
He's actually looking for parts to make this one.
Oh. Oh, that's going to be really awkward if they fetch a bunch of reagents and we're already done.
Well,
Get a message to
the
them
reagent they were
somehow.
fetching was a 10,000 GP crystal, so I'm sure they'll be. I'm sure they'll cry their
True.
way right to the bank, you know?
That's a good point. Very well. Well, if it is with you, then yes, I would very much.
Chris will clamber up and give the big smooch.
And you're not just saying this because you're stoned to the gills.
No. That might be what gives me the confidence to do it, though.
Fair enough. Well, all right then. And she will take off her shirt. Or her bra, even.
Nice.
Kiri just claps from the sidelines.
Woo! Yeah! Woo! They throw her some beads.
Woo!
Hallie's excited.
Beads! Yeah! Alright. Ritual of fertility. Turn, turn, turn.
Yeah.
This will ensure that those at the ritual center will have their next conception blessed with potency. Many heroes have secretly been born the fruits of this ritual. Morgan will actually explain this is how Creed happened.
Huh.
Oh, so many, many years ago. So just a warning, you know, that may you be born in interesting times, etc.
Well, my children will be born in interesting times regardless.
True.
Too late, Tristy. You already
It's the
fall
fairy
asleep in
curse.
this.
Too late. I'll be letting it.
Okay. So, anyone who is soaking up the ambience, roll your d10.
I think Bob already did.
Where? Oh, that's the 5, right?
Yeah, right there. That 5.
Let's see. Kiri, what do you think? I think she's not likely to
But
get dicked down in this adventure. She's been entirely sapphic.
yeah, you could have like very impressive King Casa kids.
King
I
Cass's kids are already incredible.
mean,
But they could be even more incredible.
didn't she get dicked down by Hallie?
Yeah, that's true, actually. Hallie does have a dick now. I mean, then again, it does say conception, so if you just use the
Yes.
butt.
As long as, yeah, I was going to say, like, as long as you don't have sex to conceive, then your next conception is saved.
Clearly,
That's
this
what I'm
is
doing.
Yeah.
clearly this is just one of the this ritual is just one of the 3 kids Hallie plants in one of these 3 random. You want
Kiri's
to in what way?
Kira's going to take part in the ritual fertility, so her next conception is potent.
Nice.
make beautiful tiny borklets that will be around for next campaign.
Let's see here. Jesse and Morgan. Morgan does not need any any kind of ritual of this kind. She knows so much better. No bonus effect, unfortunately. Looks like Tiara and Faunra are taking part together.
Oh my.
You know, when it happens.
Can Tornets have normal kids? Like, without the eggies?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can I have a Vagine.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean it's necessarily connected to anything.
That's a good point. Well, no. Basically, Phil Vagine here, eggs that come out are potent. And to be fair, there's like 2 ways to make Eggos actually do anything. You could also fill some with eggs and then come in their butt, and then they are pregnant.
That's how I thought it worked.
That's how it works for different casts. I'm a scout. I don't really produce eggs like ever unless I get for reals pregnant.
I see.
So if I have sex and then I get pregrante, then my eggs can get people pregnant, and I actually produce them. Usually like a couple.
Crystal, like, pull Tiara in for a second. Didn't Faunra just get a tattoo that does the whole meat stick thing?
That's true, but I imagine she is probably not going to be using it in the front.
Well, sure, but future congratulations, I suppose.
Thanks. Yeah, it's definitely a lot more complicated for like worker or scout cast hornets to have kids. I believe that's just how we're made on purpose. Like
Yeah, that
handmaidens
makes
and
sense.
queens, obviously, they can just punch out eggs all day, and then someone else can get them fertile if they need to.
Fascinating.
Yep. Yeah, usually I stingy and my RV never slides out. But it's back there, it's just hiding. It's taking a nap until I get Pagrante.
Well, let's see what Faunra wants to do with you once this ritual's done.
Indeed. I'm looking forward to that 4th one.
Oh, I bet you are.
I'm gonna die in her thighs. And you can see as well that Tiara's probably like relatively stoned herself on the same stuff you've been taking to make sure that you aren't disabled for this entire week.
Fuck it.
So do we need to roll anything if we're being led in the ritual?
No. Just you have this. Your next conception will be blessed with potency. It depends when you go about conceiving, obviously, but yeah. You and every witch that leads. Like, there are a couple that will frolic, but majoritively, this is probably like the big one that they all turn up for.
Okay. I'm gonna write that down on my features and traits.
Yep, next time you conceive.
I might as well too.
There you go. Next conception will be blessed with potency.
Four heroic babies. Genius! One of the witches would probably be like, look, we've played around with the ritual before. Don't take advantage of the ritual.
No, obviously, Trust would not actually say that out loud, but he has the idea.
Yeah, it would not be the first time that anyone has had that idea amongst a coven of 100 hot naked witches. Unfortunately, not an original thought, and also unfortunately a tested concept. And yeah, there was one potency. They couldn't really try and like spread the blessing awkwardly. It just stops working because that's how blessings are, unfortunately. Go figure, a blessing from like, magic and God and stuff like that. It's doesn't work if it's taken advantage of. It's real weird.
Makes sense.
Oh, come now. You mean Kiri's gonna have another Casa baby? Because that's just Casa's incredible power. Then again, Sharkbork. Sharkbork!
A shark pup, yes.
Alright, so the ritual fertility as it comes to a close, a whole lot of people have particularly flushed cheeks and expressions, although for the most part they are behaving themselves. There's a ritual to follow that's going to get a good deal more lurid. This one is honestly quite wholesome in its intentions. a couple already thinking of the families they're excited to raise. Yada yada yada. Like, it's 100 hot naked witches. Probably a goodly number of them have like spouses at home waiting for them to return.
Oh yeah, probably.
Some of you, like, let's see, Faunra, you'd still be doing research law.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be spending the
Research what?
No, that's me.
Sorry, yes, Ariel, not Faunra, my brain. I'm gonna quickly fetch a drink, tell you that, because my voice is tapping.
see. I guess I could do the do one of the intelligence ones for free, or I could keep going to intimidate. I think I'll do that and pay for it. Actually, no, I'll do religion. That's what I'll do.
Perfect. Since my research thing only took 3 days, I have other 3 days to finish off getting alchemist expertise.
Nice.
I'm back.
I decided I'm
Okay.
gonna spend the 6 days doing religion.
Sure. As in training?
Yeah.
Sounds good. Hmm. Yeah. Trist, Morgan will sigh and look to you. I'm terrified of what doing that might mean. At least until Valthamar is dead. Goodness knows if he laid some other curse on him that I'm unaware of.
Uh, yeah, I guess that's a good point.
Our family has been through a lot of it. I'd be happy to introduce you to some of our other family and heirs that have come and gone.
Yeah, sure. Let's do that. We can. When Velt's dealt with some other witch's meat, we can
Mm,
circle back to that.
indeed. The ritual of spirits is not an exact science, so to speak. The idea of calling upon him if he's too closely entwined in some curse or something else could put us or others at risk. And that's, although I'm confident in our own power, an unfair thing to do to so many witches. Not a great many of them are powerful here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so ritual of spirits. Who is frolicking? Who is leading?
I'm being led.
I will be led.
Yep. Same.
Tara's gonna frolic.
I'm
Tiara!
I'm hopeful to get Lady Argyle or one of the descendants close to her.
See, it's gonna frolic. Cass. Frolic.
Hallie Frolic.
I guess Trish would be frolicking then, because he doesn't know any of these people. And Morgan, who has
Unless
to.
there is some spirit untangentially connected that you would like to call upon. Up
Alternatively,
to
I
you.
suppose. Do you not have to be related to this spirit to get it?
It says specifically to their ancestors.
Yeah, that's what I figured. So, think I'll probably just frolic. Although asking the land for information could be useful.
That's also true. You could try and see if Tam will whisper secrets.
Sure.
Or
I'll-
Nada.
Well, in that case, fucking Kiri's gonna participate. I guess Trist will just frolic.
Okay. Yes! You did it!
Yay! Good. There's a
Power
10.
frolic!
Finally, there's a 10.
Frolic.
That was actually a surprising amount of rolls without a fucking 10.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That looks like a metamorphosis roll.
Net Librum.
Net Librum, whatever.
Uh-oh.
There are two different ones, and it depends on what it is. I will instead pull from a spell effect that's in 5e. It just depends if there is a simple 1-to-1 in whatever I roll. That's what I'll grab out. So let's see here. 301. In the Net Librum, a 301 would be adopting the physical form of the next player they touch. That's not.
I know, great. Become as Tristy.
That'd be kind of weird.
Yeah. No, in which case then there will be a morphic spell instead if it is of that. So let's look at the transmutations.
Time for Cass to grow a giant horseween.
I'm sorry, Sir Tristan, but you need to take this potion. You'll be the one bearing the children.
Oh no.
Cool. Transmutation.
Oh, Cass. Oh, what a shit. Some kind of thing happens.
Yeah.
Something cool.
Some kind of wizardry.
Yay!
It'd be cool if she got spider climb back.
Roll me a D7, please, Savin.
3.
Okay, for the next 3 days, Kaz has haste.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh no,
Okay.
your
He's and
hips.
double movement speed.
She doesn't
Oh my
double move
god,
speed
you're
yet.
right. Well, I mean, she will if she hangs around.
Yeah, I'm saying she doesn't have it yet.
1, 2, 3. If there, well, no, there'll be like an overlap in the evening for Ritual of Freedom because by the time Spirits ends, that's 3. It will be to the end of the Ritual of Freedom. So for a brief moment, she will become as speed itself, but otherwise, no.
Alright, Tristy.
And she's a
I'm
centaur,
sorry.
so it's already like a 50-foot, right?
Tristy, I'm
Yeah.
sorry about your hips, but
Wait.
luckily a life cleric is here.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna need Kiri, Allie, and Bob to just dump healing magic into me. Help.
Plap, 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 plap.
Yeah, so Cass will say very quickly to you, Trist. Why, it almost looks like the whole lot will slow down.
Cass, you're speaking in tongues.
No, she said, wow, looks like how quickly, it looks like the world slowed down. It's not tongue, so you can understand it a little bit.
Whoa.
She speaks very slowly on purpose. It comes out a bit stilted. It seems that I have been hasted. So I guess I have to talk like this for a while. That's weird. How long does this last?
Trish
Wow.
just stares into the middle distance like, whoa.
I do
Okay.
not know.
Hold on.
Gonna
Let me
go
rub
and
my
ask.
brain. About 3 days.
Oh,
Maybe-
goodness.
Maybe you can get one of the spellcasters here to counterspell or dispel it.
Or I could take advantage of being faster than everybody else for a couple of days. I can get quite a bit done 6 days in 3 days.
Yeah, we can certainly get some stuff done, alright.
I might hurt you.
That's
I don't think
okay.
he much cares at this point.
Very
Hallie's right
good
over
point.
there. And also, luckily, you're stoned out of your gourd, so.
I will ask the witches, do you have any potions of physical fortitude and endurance?
They'll nod sagely, but he'll be fine, I'm sure. He's already dosed to the gills on painkillers.
It's how he'd want to go.
And don't worry, he'll recover by the time the Ritual of Awakening rolls around again. Or Freedom, even. Let's see here. Cassie's gonna work on some training. Those prosthetic legs. Alright. Let's see here. What she been working. Yep. Alright, she's gonna put 6 days into nature training.
Sweet.
So she could do 6 instead of 3. She's literally just twice as good at everything for a while. It's also weird when you guys see Cass, it looks like she is a tape sped up compared to the rest of you.
Yeah, it's fine. We've all been under the effects of haste before.
Yep, you've just never seen it for like an entire all the time. She gets like done sleeping faster as well and begins her day.
What a rush every morning.
Yep. Although you're also probably exhausted because it's your every morning is starting like 4 hours early.
It's okay, just get knocked unconscious again.
Fair. Alright. Ritual of Death.
Ritual spirits.
Spirits. Right, who actually took part as for a spirit?
I'm being led in it, yes.
Honor did
Okay.
too.
Led to.
Okay, we'll go left to right then. First up, Ariel. You reach
Yeah.
out to the spirits. And you actually get an elven woman. She appears to be your other mom's mum. And she smiles. It's an elfin figure that you can sort of see as though mist had coalesced. Not quite scruffy degrees of mist, but there is like this semi-solidity, and she'll sort of lean around you, Ariel, curiously. She waits as though expecting you to ask a question.
I hadn't thought about actually getting this one. I suppose I'll ask her for. Scott, can you tell me a little bit about like that part of the mom's family? If there's anything to know about it.
Just that there were a bunch of rangers at some point who lived in the forest, and then one of them fell in love with another elf and became a part of the Night Old, and then bam, out comes child.
Okay.
They unfortunately were slain. You don't know the story of how that happened.
Does my ghost grandmother know the story of how that happened?
Yeah, sure. She will rest hands upon the sides of your head and like lean across your shoulders. And you are granted the image of a great beast that appears to be a many-ridged snake with tentacles from within every ridge. And the image disappears again. The spirit sighs and shakes her head.
Terrible fate. We'll keep an
Nods.
eye. We'll keep an eye out for that beast then, if it's still around.
She smiles. And it departs. Savin, or I should say Kiri.
Yep.
The image that comes to you is of a little ember. It appears to dance in your palm.
What
There's
are
an almost
you?
hypnotic dancing ember as you stare into it. Until the longer you stare, you could swear that you see the image of a person, a shape. They are dancing idly. Can you give me a charisma or intelligence test, please?
Sure. Boop. Nice.
It is an interpretive dance. This little ember is trying to tell you a story.
What the fuck? Okay. Fascinating.
Yeah. It appears this dancing ember is reminiscent of a figure of a demon. Some old, quite powerful demon, stunningly, roguishly handsome. It definitely insinuates this factor a couple of times, in fact. This demon takes a beautiful woman's hand, and as they press together, another ember-like shape melts into them, and they dance. They dance their many steps, and as they dance their steps, the male's embered figure begins to shrink, and the female one begins to grow horns and wings. They embrace and kiss, and then daggers find the male demonic form's back. It falls and breaks apart.
Oh. Great grandpa.
Yep. And then the little ember blows itself out in an invisible wind.
That was bizarre, but touching.
Let's see. Taji, did you
Alright.
take part?
Yep. Yes, I did.
Okay. Let's see here. You see a great and burly were-tiger set upon an invisible throne, and you can see that it is made of solid inky shadows, although these shadows have a texture to them almost indicative of a were-tiger's stripes.
Oh.
It looks at you and waits as though expecting a question.
Should have come into this with a question in mind, but I. God, I do not know.
Yeah, and then the figure waits. It looks like it waits for a while, but the shadows will gradually lose coalescence as time stretches out.
Yeah, I don't got a question, unfortunately.
Fair enough. Then
Enough for
this
a were tiger.
big beefy daddy
Just
tiger
wave.
will, yeah, will instead just nod its head
Wait,
and
hold on.
wave.
Pets, ask it how the fuck you got mimic blood.
I don't think the were tigers know.
It
I
might.
think it's the maybe.
Doesn't hurt to ask.
I had always assumed it was the tieflings. See, okay, I can ask.
The were-tiger's throne turns into a gigantic box.
He fucked his throne. Fantastic.
Great, cool.
Now you know. Now you know where all of your mimic came from. One of your ancestors got real freaky in the box of safety.
I assumed. Yeah, I
amazing.
assumed it was the tieflings who breed true,
Nope.
not the were tigers.
Nope.
Nope.
That only raises more questions.
It does. Yeah, it looks like your dad or granddad is responsible for getting Mimic Freaky.
It's
Probably
like
not my
that.
brand.
It's that
Probably not my
Imgur.
dad.
It's that Imgur meme. Stick your dick in it.
Yeah, pretty much. He did. He went in the box and then climbed back out of the box, stretching. Box very full still. All right, who's next? Faunra.
Yeah.
You see on your hand, it looks like as you hold it up, it's almost a picture book. You can see that there is sat on one page a beautiful woman. You've seen her before on the portrait.
So she is dead. Well, that automatically answers the question.
As this realization hits you, then this spiritual drawing on this imaginary book gestures at the empty page. A big inky love heart slowly draws itself out, and then the book disappears.
Aww.
Tiara comes and gives you a big hug.
Hang on a moment. What kind of a save would it be to not cry?
Charisma?
Yeah, keep your face, charisma. Hey, good news though. You're standing. Hey,
I'm
good
not
news. You're standing
blessed.
next to me. You get +4.
It's true. You're next to Ariel, and there is a Tiara helping you. She comes and gives you a big old hug. As you look around, though, you can see that this circle, there are other people here who almost certainly are very tearful. It is the nature of asking one with these spirits. It's not going to be all happy stories for most of them.
No.
Trist, way too stoned.
Well, I got
Surely you got a
10.
0.
Oh.
Surely you're very distracted right now. These are all happening at the exact same time.
Yeah, there's only one of them I was actually paying attention to.
Well, true. Faunra's one was probably most interesting to you.
Yeah, I don't give a
The
shit about
mystery.
Carrie. She's my mom's girlfriend. Lol.
La la la. All right. Bob, did you frolic or be led? I've already forgotten. Oh wait, Hetra's AFK. I will just scroll out.
For the
Bob,
spirits.
yeah, you frolicked, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. And Hallie, did you frolic or spirit?
I'm not really
It's like Hallie
sure.
Frolic.
Yeah,
Frolic, I think. Yeah.
Hallie Frolic. She doesn't
Yep,
really
yeah, I can
care
see a
about
frolic roll. No problem. Cool.
it. Hallie doesn't really have anyone to talk to. She's, happy moo, has a big family. She knows all of her grandparents. The only thing that would happen if she met a ghost of one of her family is they'd moo at each other.
Fair. All right. Then that is everybody. And yeah, this was like a more calm, gentle evening. Many people will. You notice that a lot of the foods that are cooked this time, with growth, it was all like fruits and veggies. With fertility, it was like lots of like all the foods that we associate with virility, like fucking clam, chocolate. I'm trying to think of all the foods. I know that there's like a whole fucking list of
Oysters.
them.
She was got
Oysters, yeah. Like all of that stuff.
pineapples.
Yep, exactly. For the spirits rituals, it's a lot of comfort food. Everyone gets like mac cheese and big lasagnas and pies. It's all comfort food after the
Kinathis,
ritual of spirits.
I could definitely use some comfort food right now.
Kinathis, it reminds me of that one SCP, the dad bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally the meals after the ritual of spirits are all like comfort foods.
Aww.
There's this one SCP, the when
Oh, I know, it's
gets,
heartbreaking.
yeah, and that like it's alphabet soup, and it's not alphabet soup, but it'll fill up with a soup that's perfect for how you're feeling, and then when you finish the soup, there's a comforting big dad energy thing, like I love you, champ, and it changes for every single kid that reads it, and it gives them a spiritual boost.
Adorable.
CPs of all flavors.
Yeah, not all are bad. Not
Mm.
every person that writes for that is trying to one-up themselves on horrible Keter objects.
Yeah.
The next ritual.
All right. The ritual of death. This is the ritual that wards against undeath, although it is reportedly symbolic after the first lich arose oh so many blood moons. Hence, they don't really want to go taking any liberties or risks. Instead, it is very gay. It is the ritual of little deaths. You are welcome to frolic. It might get a bit messy. You are welcome to be led. It will get definitely messy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
Or
frolicked
you can
and got
choose
a-
not to take part.
I frolicked and got like a 4
Okay.
from
Get a little
Werehare.
bit sticky.
My
Don't get
boys
a
will
reroll
respect
just
you
because I rolled them
understand.
all at once.
Oh, Bob! Power.
Oh,
Give me that D-Thou.
I'm glad we got at least a
Give
couple
you
of tens.
what?
8,000.
D-1000.
Okay, D1000. It would be hilarious to get like 8,000 or 900 like that. Be like, well, you get a wish.
If you're frolicking, are you just
Nope.
like watching?
Wow. Okay. Yeah, watching, maybe fluffing.
Mm.
Oh well. I'm still frolicking. I'm doing a bunch of fluffing, I guess.
Okay. We'll have to go with the spell. This one otherwise would be 1d6 birds flutter around your head every time you're hit like a fucking cartoon.
Oh, come on.
Okay,
That's
that's
great.
pretty
You should
great,
do that.
Do you want us to
actually.
do that?
Amazing.
Alright.
That's
For the
really
next
awesome.
month, anytime
fantastic.
you are struck, 1d6
I get 3D
birds
birds.
will cartoonishly fly around your head.
That's incredible. I love
There
it.
you go. If you'd like to record that. You're right, it's a druid that's very fitting. And anyone else have been like, but no, Bob the druid. Yep, go for it. Okay.
I just put that under +1 wild magic part.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense because Bob the Summoner Druid just summons little cartoonish birds whenever he gets hurt.
Yeah, but these birds gonna be fucking jacked. Remember, anything I summon is fucking jacked.
Okay. Everyone who was led, you have advantage on your next death save.
Sweet.
Woo. We already have advantage on our death saves.
That
We
is
got
true.
2 hearts.
Yeah.
Wait, are you
Except for
saying that?
Tristan. Tristan's good.
Are you saying that everything you summon is jacked, so the birds would be jacked? Because I know the exact image.
Muscle bed. Is it just that bird with human arms?
It's one of those little Tweety birds with those human arms, yes.
Oh. Fair. Incredible. I can hear that image. All right. Let's see. Next up, Ritual of Awakening.
Oh boy.
Well, that's gonna fucking hurt.
I'm actually not gonna awaken my sword.
You sure?
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'm gonna
Oh
awaken
my
mine. I want
God.
to see what happens.
What happens if I awaken Papa's fist?
And fists you.
That's weird. It's my dad's.
If
Get our
It
fucking
would
started.
just go. It would just go. Please put me out of my misery.
All right, everyone frolicking, do a frolic.
Okay, I asked Hallie nicely if she like, hey, Hallie, can you like catch me on this shit? This is gonna hurt.
Okay.
Okay, so just get Sir. What's his name again? Not Sir Regicide. That's the wrong one. I have no idea why I thought that. But Sir Derek, and just tell him to stay put a little bit, do the ritual, and then what the fuck is it? Yeah, 70 GP Residium is gonna be edited out in a minute here. So 770. Okay. And the fucking with the left hand does the
You mean the freedom is this is awakening. Freedom is when you do your
Yeah, next day.
oh
You're
okay,
casting.
well done. Oh,
Yep,
there,
yep.
okay. Well, then this is the wait, the awakening is yes, I would participate in this.
Sure.
Close there, Faunra. Close, you got a 9.
Yep, close.
Yeah.
No, nothing from Jesse. Awaken a butt plug. Naughty. I think Cass is gonna just decide to be sensible. Kiri, your plate, your precious plate. It will quietly and comfortably hug you.
No.
Oh god damn it.
What's up?
I just realized something I could have actually awakened.
Oh, what would that be?
Your glove?
No, I forgot to buy. I had forgotten that I had bought something.
What is it? Depending on the item, maybe I'll say, yeah, all right, go for it. You keep that 9 for the freedom
I
instead.
bought a pair. I bought 2 Strixhaven cuddly Strixhaven mascots.
Oh
You
my
too,
god.
huh?
Yeah.
They're adorable.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Hey, Kina, just toss them in here. I'm doing the
Little, like,
ritual, so
cuddle friends for a small child.
That's genius. All right.
I should probably buy 2 so they're my children.
Yeah, let me put my little plushies in there too. Yeah,
I'm not
Just
You
awakening
guys,
them.
you
Just
guys are
bring them
definitely
here.
not the only ones to put plush toys in there. Indeed, like a number
Yeah,
of
just
people who
toss
you
them in
know
here.
took part in the fertility ritual have got like baby toys.
Aww.
What about my wand of the War Mage?
No,
It just becomes like the Borderlands gun that screams when you shoot.
I love it. Yeah.
That's my favorite gun in the entire game.
You're a monster. That is awful. It's the
Yeah.
worst scream.
Bane.
Alright. Yeah, I guess I'll bring in the Rose of Inspirus.
Ooh.
In the interest of, there are a number who are frolicking instead of having things awoken. We'll allow a couple of you to put in extra items if you want to go for like double ups of comfy cuddle toys, of course. The
Hallie will-
mascots are fitties.
Hallie will awaken the 2 children's toys she bought.
Yeah.
There's just a whole pile of like stuffed toys.
Everyone
and
looks at each other. Did we all buy these?
Yes.
I
Yes.
bought them for my children that are about to be born, so they have a nice little cuddly toy.
Yeah, and lots of the witches will look around. Oh yeah, like lots of us do that.
I'll buy one
It is
too.
the biggest brain move.
But no, what I'm actually awakening is my sword here.
Ooh, daring. Have you got any Residium? That one probably is going to be a little bit juicier than a lot of the things going into the Awakening Circle.
How much Residium would you need?
A couple hundred. Not too much, it's just to make sure that this doesn't, sap would-be awakening from other objects.
Of course. Does anyone have a problem with me taking like 200 Residium out for this?
Go for it.
Alright, you want to awaken Caliban?
Yeah.
Also, I'll just throw my short sword in there. See if I.
Sure.
instead
Okay, so, as the awakening occurs and completes, the guys have a whole bunch of adorable, cuddly toys they all like to hug. I think majoritively they, as opposed to speak words, they are awakened in the sense that they compel emotions instead. Like soothing, in the case of a lot of the toys, is probably a very popular one. Because
Yeah.
it would be very weird, honestly, if all these witches awaken a bunch of kids' toys and they talk to their kids. Like, that's probably not a good precedent to set.
No,
Maybe not.
probably not.
Makes sense.
Yeah, comfort sounds great.
Yep. In the case of Taji, your short sword becomes a singing sword.
Yes.
It sings when it does a heck and swing.
Nice.
If I had put my sword in there, it probably would just scream.
It
A
would scream,
screaming
yeah.
sword.
Yeah.
Right.
You would get the Borderlands blade.
No, you get like a Doom
I
guy
almost
scream.
regret not doing it now.
You just swing it through the sky and charge at people. It just start kind. I'll fuck you up. I'll fuck you up too. I'll fuck you all up. It's just
I'm
screaming.
the conductor of the poop train.
People, remember that Taji is now a war avatar. It plays fucking Doom music.
His short sword is this adorable chubby cat. Short sword still plays The Only Thing They Fear Is You. Yeah, plushies of its smoothing. It's they're plushies of comf. Alright, so Caliban. Caliban
Yeah.
positively hums when you reach down to pick up the hilt again. And a single clear voice peals out in your head, followed by a sneeze. I'm naked! Achoo!
I apologize for that. I'm still getting your scabbard.
You have to awaken me without pants. It's just here chattering teeth.
I will
Internal.
yeah.
You want me
I'll
to,
keep it
like,
close to my
just
chest.
keep-
No, I'd not like you to lick it. I'll keep it close to my chest, try
Just
and
heat
warm it up.
metal.
No, I'd not like you to do that either. I have to hold it.
Give it a hilt.
Warm between the
Okay.
tid.
Yeah, you gotta find that scabbard. It's definitely like someplace that away. Caliban will
Yes.
point in the direction of the Hearts battlefield.
Yes, I'm working on it. Don't you mean like to the mansion that's like directly south of us?
Oh, fuck. Yes, sorry. Yes, the Broken Baron. Right. Brain.
Yes.
Right, yes. That way.
That is my next destination, yes.
Excellent. Okay. After that, we should go fuck some people up.
Eyebrow raised a little bit. I mean, I am fucking up Forces of Darkness as it is, yes.
Any money in it?
There is a non-zero lucrative amount of money being made from it.
Hmm. The teeth are still chattering. Any contracts? Any interesting contracts?
Well, yes, we have some contracts for hunting down beasts of darkness.
Okay, cool. Excellent. Looking forward to it. Whew.
You were never wielded by Agriella, were you?
A couple times I was, like, non the permanent.
Hmm.
I was more about, like, business than valor. But I've helped her out a couple times.
I see. Anything you could tell me more about her?
Well, I don't know. I don't really remember things clearly from back then, because I didn't have a think. And I'll make an intelligence test for Calaman. Okay, but sure, I can tell you their favorite moves. Once I'm warned, though.
Of course, of course.
Great, okay. I'm just gonna think 4G thoughts for a while.
Right then. It'll be soon that we get your scabbard.
It's fine, and then I shall instruct you in the ways of death.
Is
I'll
Calvin
make
like a
an
male or
expert of you.
is Calvin's
Uh,
voice like male or female? I'm hearing.
Indeterminate. It's true. It will teach you how to be a magus now. You have an instructor.
Huh. That is
Just
a fair
once
point.
it's no longer shivering every time it talks.
Right, right. And I will place it back along the side of my belt basically where a scabbard would go with it. Probably
Yep.
like a decorative one for now.
Yeah. Ugh, it's like put my feet in a snow blanket. And yeah, your sword will then quietly think hot from the forge thoughts to itself.
Yeah.
All right. And yeah, Faunra, everything feels calm. Toy is good. It protect. Nothing to fear with Cuddle Toy here.
This is nice.
That is really adorable.
I just got the
Let's-
regular one. I didn't awaken it or anything.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, it sings. When I say singing sword as well, it's got like an
No,
impressive
I meant the
repertoire.
plushie.
Oh, okay, yes. Yeah. But yeah, your singing sword has an incredible repertoire of songs based on situations in which you find yourself fighting, including some very stealthy ones in case you are on a stealth mission. It'll do like it'll start making like the Metal Gear Solid sneaking music.
Yeah, just
Oh,
plays the Pink Panther
Panthering.
theme.
Yeah, you're right, Pink Panther.
That's definitely Tajana.
But when you get caught, it goes into Metal Gear.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, yeah, so there you go. You now have a dramatically appropriate singing short sword.
Yes.
Okay. Oh god. How long have we been going?
Probably
while.
for a while.
3 hours and 15 minutes.
Okay. Let's see if we can get through these rituals then.
Yeah, we only have like 2 more. You can
Next
just
step.
blast through them.
Wait, my
Yeah.
rose. What'd it do?
Oh, of
Oh,
course,
right, your
your
rose.
rose. Let us see here. I can't remember what the rose's effects are off the top of my head.
It gives me advantages on death saving throws, I believe, or at least a bonus. Let's see,
Excellent.
magic items.
Magical equipment, Rose of Enspirus. +1 to death saves and saving throws versus spells of the fixed keyword death.
Yeah.
Yeah, in your head, a reassuring humming tune sort of floods you with vigor and comfort. And as well, it begins to smell wonderful.
Yay.
Cass will smile. You know, I think rituals like these are how a lot of those common magic items find themselves into the world. You know, the, like, spoon that tastes like the best soup, and things like that. Pretty sure
Mhm.
rituals like this are to thank for it.
Yeah, makes sense. That just the ambient magic around just infuses some stuff at times.
Pretty much. And yeah, there's like one witch who's like, finally, I have the complete set. And she is holding an awakened soup spoon. I've already gotten a cauldron and a pot and a bib, some wash towels. It's taken me, you know, like 8 witches' meats to get correctly awakened. Kitchen utensils.
Mm. I wish you the best of luck in your endeavors.
Oh, thank you. And indeed, today's meal is exceptionally exotic. Because, yeah, lots of people had, like, random utensils awakened too, and they've all manifested in strange and interesting ways. Like, someone is serving ice cream out of a bucket of milk. Like, they
Whoa.
reach in with an ice cream scoop into what appears to be a bucket of milk, and out comes ice cream.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So after an exotic meal, then comes the ritual of freedom. I don't think anyone's too worried about having their speed doubled out of the companion collection. They would like to just be nearby and get a greater resto.
Yeah,
Yeah,
please.
I'd
Greater
be
resto
surprised
me.
if anyone isn't like taking part in it.
Yep.
All right, that's Bob's time to
Yeah.
shine with the Residium and my boy.
Yeah. There are a couple of
Okay.
witches who will make space for Bob and Sir Derek.
To just sitting there instead of using the right hand for moonbeam, just holding the left hand,
Yep.
chug that, snort that good shit.
Yeah,
And
okay,
then-
so for a brief, powerful moment, you are like a god.
I am a biotic god.
Okay, so you rip a fat line of Residium. You generate a spell slot equal to 1/10 of the Residium burned in this fashion, so you have a 7th level spell slot. It lasts for 10
Yeah,
minutes or until it
nice.
is spent, whichever comes first. The
Good
generated
boy.
spell slot always is spent first, but you know, only 7, so it's fine.
So a nice rotating green circle around Sir Derek, and then comes the snap. Just
All
light
right.
bloom blossoming on him, and
Once the
Bob's
slot
face explodes.
Yeah, once the slot is spent, you immediately suffer damage equal to the gold value of the Residium you snorted. So you take 70. It is untyped and cannot be reduced in any way.
Good night, Bob.
If the damage you take from snorting Residium would reduce you to 0 hit points, roll on the wild magic table in addition to falling unconscious.
Oh boy!
At the DM's
Ooh.
option, results that have a duration may instead be permanent.
Okay, so roll
1d1000. Oh god, you got me scrolling now.
High number.
Ooh,
Okay.
big numbers.
Oh no, for the next month, you have Formophobia, an intense fear of magic.
Oh dear.
I mean, that makes sense, given that you just like kind of blow yourself up with it.
Yep. Yep.
Woo!
Bob
All right,
might be
so-
out for like a month.
In
Bob
hindsight, aid might have been useful.
can't be reduced in any way. Oh no, that would have been in at max hit points.
Yep.
Yeah, in hindsight. Yeah, aid would have been the solid one. All right, so
A question though. Wouldn't the fucking actual ritual also then just cure me?
This isn't a curse.
No.
It's just wild magic that happens on you.
But someone would have thought of aid then, really. It's a pretty simple spell.
No, no one did.
Okay.
Yep.
Alright.
Remember, aid's a
Mhm.
cleric spell, and these aren't clerics, so they don't.
Yeah, these are all witches.
And it's
Uh,
not one Hallie casts regularly.
No, Hallie as well instead went for Death Ward. But that's because none of you have ever gone
Which-
down to Residium before. You had no reason to believe that there was anything wrong with going down to it temporarily.
Well, then I don't. Oh wait, I'm not unconscious, but I'm at 1 hit point.
Yes, but you would
Yeah, the
again,
Death Ward-
and if the damage you take from Storm Residium would reduce you to 0.
Yeah, remember, Death Ward actually makes you hit 0 and then you go back to 1. Death Ward doesn't occur before you hit 0.
Okay. It just Bob is bleeding out of fucking every orifice.
Yeah.
You probably have a
Ooh.
lot of blood coming down like your nose and ears.
Yeah,
and whatnot.
I was gonna say it's not like every orifice. It's just like nose and eyes.
And all eyes.
No, those
No,
ones
just
aren't
the
all
face
yours.
eyes.
Just your face eyes, your actual person eyes.
This time around, at least.
Yes, this time around.
For a 9th level, maybe all the eyes.
Well, no, the reason it was all the eyes before is because all of them tried to observe things that they weren't supposed to observe. In this case, it's just you, Bob, got blasted by performing big magic. A couple of witches will help you up to your feet, but you're feeling summarily shaken. So yeah, for the next month, in 30 days, anytime you are directly attacked by a spell, you must make a charisma save equal to the spell's DC or the spell level, or become frightened.
Yeah, that's not
Okay, so
terrible,
it's not
especially since
that.
Yeah. I had to
Bob's a wisdom
mechanicalize it,
caster,
otherwise.
so-
Yeah, I was gonna say like it's. I had to mechanicify it, otherwise it just be, if anything, cripplingly frustrating to keep on having to roleplay that out. I was like, whatever, we need a mechanic for this. Bam.
Well, let me just point out, I also played as fucking Frida for over
This
a
is
year
true.
and a half.
This is true, but I feel like it would not only be a bit frustrating for you, it would also probably slow the game down a lot to have to mentally force yourself to ever try and cast a spell or be around a spell being cast. So yeah.
But hey, I was struck.
Thunderstruck!
No, I was struck, so
Yeah, roll that
I
d6.
just- for just pick Bob up there with the cartoonish birds around his head.
It's probably just for like a second or two.
Yeah, they last for 6 seconds, so then they flap away. Yeah, amongst them all, there are enough people to have you healed back up to full again quite comfortably if Hallie doesn't beat them to it.
But just say that do not go down to Residium.
Yes,
It would appear. Well, magic happens.
I shall endeavor not to.
I can
Triss.
feel my
Definitely.
balls tingling.
Ooh.
I
Trist,
don't
for
know
the
if
next week. So I don't want to cut you off too much, but we need to wrap this up on the
Yeah.
way. Trist, for the next week you feel great. You don't need to take any medication or any of that
Yay.
kind, but it's only going to last you 7 days, unfortunately. But hey, you're doing a lot better than otherwise.
It's okay. That
You're
counts as
productive during.
like 14 days because I'm hasted, or at least like 3 of those days are double counted.
Yeah.
Get so much work done again.
You can get a lot of shit done. Let's see here. Tiara finally recovers from her wounds. Hooray.
Yay!
Woo!
Yeah.
Lots of big healies. And then next. Oh yes, and Sideric, of course, is restored. Take away the disadvantage effects on Sideric's attacks. He will be incredibly thankful to you, Bob. And swears at your darkest hour he will be there for you. I mean, he was already going to always be there for you, but he'll be there for you twice.
He just casts haste on himself in your darkest hour.
Yeah. Yeah, when in your darkest hour, he'll have extra action economy. Alright. And then last up, Ritual of Creation. And yeah, everyone has fucking 60 feet speed plus. Sick.
Including Sir Derek, who's got 80 foot.
Woo!
We zoom in.
Yeah, so the Ritual of Creation. Loads and loads of the witches in preparation for this ritual collect little wooden talismans and put them near like work surfaces and benches and cauldrons, like stitchings, craftings. They do them all over. Trist, you're given a handful so that you can put them over all of your reagents.
Sweet.
You can, while sped up, do all of the necessary prep to get a gem ready. A couple of the witches will assist you with that manifestation, your mother included. So you have a big old diamond. Usually this would be a problem. The manifested diamond isn't permanent, which is why the demon of form needed to be, horrendously captured in the first place. But the ritual of creation means this crafting is going to happen so fast it's not going to decay.
Sweet.
This is a wonderful bit of magical cheating. I approve. And that's where we're going to call the session to a close.
No, how
All
dare
right.
you?
It means you get to open on
You
an
open
arm
with
of
the-
light, which is pretty
Yeah,
cool.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, all right.
Okay. Over the week, I've been looking for magic spectacles
Yes.
and snackies.
Did you see any in the commons that you liked?
In the commons? I don't know if there are any in the common, in just the common one.
You could get. There's this thing called airsats. All right. Oh wait, no, it's replaced with 9. Never mind.
Yeah, just carve Ronnie's eyeballs out. And Ronnie
You
ain't no
could-
bitch. Come on.
You could get her a scribe's pen.
Let's see, where was that one again?
That's pretty
Scribe's
good,
pen.
actually.
Yeah, you can use this pen to write on any surface. You decide whether the writing is visible or invisible, but it's always visible to a person with the mark of scribing. I have no idea what the mark of scribing is. Something from Eberron.
Or that's a dragon mark then.
Yeah, it's a dragon mark.
Okay, sure. I'll get her a fancy pen since I can't find any spectacles. There aren't any.
Okay.
Does she have like a bunch of like heating and stuff? Could you get her like a little thermal cube and make it so her room's always nice and warm?
Oh, she does well. She's in an actual quite nice accommodation after you guys bankrolled her college.
Fair enough. Right.
Yeah,
I gotta
she
get
would
going.
love that. Okay. Do you want to know your experience?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can do experience real quick.
Okay. So. Oh, goodness. Did you explore a new or interesting location for the first time?
Yeah, we
Well,
did.
yeah, I'd say so.
Which is me. Did you discover an interesting truth about the land?
Yeah, witches have apparently a big me that happens every couple of years.
New ally or a lasting enemy?
No.
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 Nope, just business. Advance or complete a quest. Yeah, fucking
Yeah.
Arm of Light.
Hell yeah.
Defeat a threat far beyond expectations? No.
Nope.
Learn something new about a player character. You learned some sad Faunra things.
There's some sad
and you
Faunra
also
things.
learned that
Mom
Taj's
is
dad
dead.
got freaky in the box.
Yeah.
And commitment to your oath? No.
No.
So
Well,
I want to argue that
Too bad the fairies can't really, can't retell. Could we actually do a whole retelling of our adventures to the witches?
You want to give me a test right now? Well, I'll let you score
Sure.
that in.
Yeah, it's just
And
touchy.
Yep.
I
You and
can
Tachi?
just throw a test and
Alright.
get an XP. What a nice elf.
Uh,
It happens so rarely, and the DC is
yeah,
so fucking high.
that'd be 19, and then that'd be 24. Really,
No,
If
19 don't got it.
succeed.
Nope.
19 doesn't succeed. Okay,
Nope.
well, let's see what was the other. I think the other oath thing might apply with.
No. I believe in this case it is just a 4. Which is
Let's
fine.
see,
This
hang
was
on,
an almost entirely RP session.
No, it's mostly because the fairies here, or me at least, that 1 point would put me at exactly.
I think Bob's account, he left stuff to chance for when he went down with Residium.
I guess you have been assaulted by wild magic like multiple times. Alright, sure. Alright, you can have your 5. You can make it into the next level, Bob.
Yes,
You
thank
can leave
you.
Plebland. You're welcome. Alright. Everyone else, that is
Ah.
a 4. And I hope that you enjoyed.
Yeah, it was good. Thank you for running. I gotta head out. See you later.
Peace.
Take care.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, and if you're
Hungry.
watching on stream or YouTube, thanks for tuning in. I don't know if Merzenhammer is tonight or not, but if it is, we'll see you in a bit. And if not, we'll see you tomorrow for 70. Till then, adios in either case.